What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, it's a vibe, you know. Beautiful day. Actually, gorgeous day outside, man, right now, man. So life is good, man. Life is good. Got to roll around with wifey today, too, bro.
Nice. Do some errands.
Yeah, man. It was kind of cool, man.
Little grocery shopping?
Little medicine shopping.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same thing, I guess.
It's groceries for some of us, you know what I mean? A real plant-based life like that, so, you know. It was cool, though, bro. It was cool. It was a vibe, though, bro. Good day. Productive day, might I add. Productive. How you living, though, man? You got the full summer drip, low-key, like the backwards hat, the vintage Pitt t-shirt. Let's go. And I see the North Face. I'm peeping the details. Just know I peeped the Nike sock combo with the Nike Jordan, not Nike Jordans, with the Jordans, though. I peep what you got going on. You feel me?
Thanks.
Just know that. The camera might not catch it all, but I see what you got working over here, all right?
Yeah, do they need daily podcast fits?
That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm just
do they need some Insta pics or something?
They like, yo, we got to change the camera.
They don't know. All they see is the t-shirt, really. The t-shirt and the hat.
Yeah, Deke, he dressed up now, man. This ain't normal Deke anymore, baby. This ain't Crocs and white socks no more in here, baby. Nah. His pull-up game, for real now, man.
They missing that old Deke, though.
They are for a little while, but they'll convert. They'll change. It's all right. They'll change. But yeah, man, respect to you though, bro. Big time respect, man. But what's been going on?
You know what's hilarious about that? The whole miss the old Deke. So my eye doctor, they're family friends. They actually follow me on Instagram. So I posted that one picture of one YouTube comment, me without the glasses and everything. And then they read all the comments. They're like, man, they're really flaming you. They really want you to get those glasses back. Bro. Like, what's the deal with that?
Bro, when you put up the picture, it was the one where you're in the crowd. You got the full beard with the glasses on, with the coat. It might have been.
That one was on Fox.
Yeah. That one was the one that took me, bro. I was like, yo, this does look like Deke has to have the glasses for this picture to mean that. Like,
that's true.
I get it. Yeah, I definitely get it. Because the picture don't hit the same if you don't have glasses on. The glasses,
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Trust me. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I kind of miss that old Deke too, maybe.
Yeah. But it's a vibe, though, bro. It's definitely a vibe, man.
Yeah, that might have been my prime, actually. I think it's all downhill from here.
Well,
that might have been my best takes.
It's a new vibe.
Seven era, like glasses Deke. That, I mean, I don't know if anything beats that. I think it's all downhill.
Era Deke is one of a kind. That's the first time.
Seven's last season, Deke.
15-1, the MVP, it's the sabotage. Like, you were in vintage form during that time frame. That was.
Where do we go from here?
Yo,
I don't know.
Because I don't know if you're gonna love Kenny the same way just yet. Because Ben was then your adolescent years, so you really grew up. That's your foundation. Kenny is like, yo, I've already had my foundation. Now I'm trying to add on to this thing, but he can never be 7 to you.
A great predecessor, though.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't draw it up better for me.
So far, so good, right?
You really can't.
So far, so good.
Both
he got to
went
live
to
up
Pitt.
to it. As long as he keeps living up to it, we good. If he doesn't now, I don't even want to know what that has to look like for you, because you've only hitched yours to success. You haven't hitched your cart, and it's like, yo, I'm riding, and it's like, no, it's not that. It really isn't. It's a fairy tale. That's where dreams get crushed. You haven't had to experience that just yet, and I hope you don't. I need Kenny to just keep that thing rolling the right way, man.
He's not going to disappoint.
I need Kenny to keep it rolling the right way, baby. But that's my only concern. I'm like, I don't know if Deke has experienced that part just yet, because 7 was special, bro. I mean, he never let you down.
Yeah, seriously. If you haven't recently, I suggest to the chat, go watch some 7 highlights, like top 50 highlights, whatever. They're on YouTube. Yeah. And, yeah, maybe you could start. Oh, a lot of people did, or a decent portion, I think, did appreciate 7 and his time here with the Steelers. But there were a lot of fake fans and people that didn't. So I suggest to them, I suggest to both sides of it. If you did appreciate, go ahead, watch again, get that nostalgia. Be like,
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
7 was really that guy.
Yeah.
If you're a fake fan and didn't really appreciate 7 first time, maybe you should watch back on those highlights, his career highlights.
But at Deke and be like, hey, yo, Deke, man, 7 was nice, bro. Hit him with that, because he loves when the fake fans come back and say that to him. It really lets him feel that affirmation, man. So everybody that
watch it and shut up. That's what I want. Watch it and shut up. I don't want to hear any comments.
I need y'all to at Deke and be like, yo, Deke, man, you were right. 7 could do it all, bro. Maybe we would have been undefeated last year if 7 was. I need all of that.
Watch the highlights. Watch the highlights. Watch the 7 highlights. and shut up and keep that same energy. That's all. You could change your opinion inside. Don't voice it.
Voice it. Be loud and proud. Act like y'all were the biggest 7 supporters ever. That's what you're supposed to do. Because people like Deke gonna hate it. But ultimately, man, we need that. It's for the culture. For the culture, bro.
I'm trying to think what else has been on my mind here. FM radio, I think, is back.
What?
Yeah.
Do tell. I need details. Because when we came in here, I was gonna ask, like, yo, do you got one of your like random fact?
I do have some in the back burner. Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm like, bro, Bron and him went ham. Well, it didn't go ham, but then he took care of business.
I watched that actually.
That was kind of
crazy.
I
watched the second half.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. AD, come on, baby. Better decision at the end of the game. Other than that, though, all love, man. All love.
I thought Conley was at least going to miss one. He almost missed the first.
I did too, but I'm just like, of course he's not going to miss it. Of course he's going to hit all 3. And of course it would be AD of all people to commit the foul. Anyways, just like, bruh, I feel like only bad stuff be happening around you. I hate to say that you're the guy, but it's like, bro, you always seem like you're the guy. All right. But everything worked out. And shout out to Bron. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder. And it is funny how that works too. Everybody's praising the pass, praising the shot being made, praising the play. If Schroeder misses that shot in the corner, they killing Bron for not taking the shot. It's crazy to me, bro.
I didn't see it clearly. I know he drove the lane and then passed it. Did he have an open layup?
No. It was like 2 dudes on him. He had to reverse, get to the other side, and then from there, Schroeder is wide open in the corner. Shoots it out there to him. Wide open shot. He hits it though. Everything is good. Everybody talks about the IQ, talks about the moment, talks about how he made the clutch play, and everything was good. But it's just crazy that if this dude misses that shot, it does go back on Bron. But such is life, man. Such is life. I'm just glad Schroeder made it, baby. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder today, man. I need Dennis. Keep making them shots. Keep making.
I actually got $25 off that one.
Word?
I bet on the Lakers when they were down like 10. I had a free $25 bet from my Scheffler Masters pick. I picked him to win. Didn't I tell you this? I picked him to win. I put 25 on to win, but there was like some type of thing where it was like a promo where if he didn't win, but he finished in the top 20,
you still get something out of it.
You'll get a free 20. You'll get your money back in a free bet.
Yeah.
So I log in and I see $25 sitting there in a free bet. I'm like, okay, let's utilize it. Lakers are down. I feel like they're gonna come back. So I got 25.
Shout out to you for your belief, man. Because
it was even on. It was almost even odds. Actually, a little bit extra juice. It was like plus 106 or something like that.
Oh yeah, and I see y'all in the chat. Ryan McPherson, Steelers Girl 517, Frank K. Y'all stop that hating. All right, 1, 2, 3. Stop that hating. Okay.
Quan Summers got the Celtics. He
Lakers
says banner 18.
getting ready to do what they supposed to do. Okay. We about to go holler at Memphis, see what this parade in that city talk about, all right? Because we feeling real good about that situation over there, too. Ja Morant and company. We need that. We need that. And it's Bron, all right? Come on, baby. Stop playing. Stand clear. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all know it's Lakers over here, man. Let's go.
On the flip side of things, with another spring sport that's going on right now, hockey, Penguins are embarrassments.
Oh, yeah, bruh. Come on, bruh. At the crib.
I was thinking this on the way over.
Come on, bruh. At the crib, too. Yes.
I do still feel like the Penguins can play with anyone, but this is all on them at this point. It really is. Because you've had so many chances down the stretch.
Everything was going right. It was like, yo, all you literally have to do is take care of business.
And I feel like it's different than the Steelers because I feel like the team before the bye for the Steelers was a different team than what happened after the bye. Whereas the same problems with the Penguins keep popping up. It's not like they just went on this 7 out of 9 game streak or 7 out of 8 game streak where it's like, wow, they really turned the page. They're getting so hot. It would be such a disappointment if they missed. Right now, they're, I don't know, dude. Yeah, they're not playing like a good team at times.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
It's their own fault.
They got 5-2 yesterday, man. Yeah. So, definitely was not a fan of that situation right there, man. But shout out to the Pirates, though. So far, so good. They still, giving us something positive in the city, man. So let's keep that thing rolling with them. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else, though?
No.
Well, I guess with that being said, man, let's tap in because we do have plenty to discuss, man. We got some Steelers transactions. We're going to get a chance to hop on this phone, talk to the homie TG, see what craziness he got, and shout out, I gotta call him out too, bro. He done added me on one of them NFL pages that was talking about them daggone quarterbacks, all because it had Anthony Richardson up there talking about who gonna be the first quarterback to go off the board, first quarterback to go off the board. Man, I'm tired of this, bro. It ain't gonna be Anthony Richardson, and we all know this. But anywho,
I don't know. I sent you sent me screenshot. I think it was last week.
Literally,
I sent it to TG
Thursday.
too.
You sent it on Thursday, and then I felt like it was like 2 or 3 days later. I get a DM, like the little, hey, such and such mention you in the comment, and I'm like, bro, what is this? I look and I'm like, really, dude? Like,
is it the same screenshot?
I don't think it was, because this was
because I sent it to him
sent me
too.
The main one, and then he sent me like the NFL's like forward picture breakdown. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta chill, man. Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that, obviously, man. So yeah, man, we got plenty that we're gonna get into. So without further ado, man, let's start the show like how we always do. Let us know where you are tuning in from in the comment section so we can give you that big boy shout out to start today's show. And hit that like button one time for the culture. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. And don't forget that notification bell as well.
White Spider Incorporated says, Pens got me raging.
It be like that, bro. It be like that.
It's terrible. Nick Y. 918, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Let's
What's
go.
good, bud?
Man, we vibing out. You know, can't complain.
Whistle Pig. Happy 412 day. Question on drafting a receiver. If we draft one, who's the best kick returner? Huh. Haven't thought about that.
It depends on which receiver we draft, too, though. I think that plays into it. But
there were a couple of those guys that might go in the third or
though.
fourth round.
Yeah.
Right. The dude from Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Mingo? Was he returning or no? What about Purdue receiver?
Charlie Jones definitely
returning?
did. Yeah, Charlie Jones was returning.
I think it was him and the Michigan State guy
I
then.
couldn't remember, did Tank Dell have any returns? Zay Flowers, I thought, did some punt stuff.
Okay.
I thought I saw some punt stuff with him. I don't know if any of the dudes were kickoff return guys, though, per se.
Yeah, hasn't really been something on my mind.
Good call, though.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a really good question. DJ Lundy, 757, Norfolk.
Let's get it. Duck Crib.
Jerome from the 253.
Let's go. Shout out to Jerome.
John Easton, 412, Pittsburgh.
Man, you said Jerome. I haven't heard that name since I was watching Snowfall a couple episodes ago when Uncle Jerome passed away, man. Had me all sad, baby. But shout out to you, Jerome, because you are here with us, and that makes me happy again, so I appreciate you.
Robert Bennett, 757, Hampton University. Best and only podcast to watch.
Man, salute you. And go Pirates, too, man. Shout out to HU, man. Little Hampton University. Like Hampton University, man. It's nice over there.
Is that a good little ball program down there?
When I was coming out, they had football, track, and basketball. They were kind of booming, but like I said, it was a different layout in terms of like FCS. They were MEAC back then. I think they shifted conferences because they used to play Norfolk State, and those were like my two, like growing up. One's through the tunnel this way, and one's downtown this way, and it was always like a big deal.
Yeah,
and
that's like the
bands and
hometown
stuff.
school.
Yeah. So
Okay.
think like Duquesne, Robert Morris, but like
Got you.
just a bigger vibe, and it was more so like the HBCU vibe with it. So yeah, so it was always like dope though, bro. Always dope.
TC Croom, 973, Dayton, Ohio.
Shout out to Dayton. Let's go.
Wendy Johnson, 562, Long Beach, California.
Hey now.
Leah Warren, the 254.
Let's go. Shout out to Leah.
David Dupree from AR Country, Florida.
Oh, he's on the Anthony Richardson train. Gainesville.
He's about
it. Yeah. He's on the AR Richardson. He's like, yo, I've seen him a ton too. I don't think he's as high on him as TG is, but he does see some of the talent though. He does see that. But
Nice.
you know how I go, man. TG done drank the whole Kool-Aid. We didn't say that. TG, everybody else done took a little sip. TG said, give me the whole picture. Oh,
Are you rooting for Richardson to go one?
I am not.
At this point, I am, because it doesn't really matter to us. I think it'd be amazing. I really do.
It would be amazing for TG. But my problem is I would never hear the end of it from TG. So part of me is like, yeah, I want to see it just for the sake of it. The other side is like, I do not want to hear this for the rest of until it works or doesn't work. Like, I don't want to deal with that, man. So that's my other part. Like, yo, send him to Seattle, let him sit for a year. I like that.
Yeah, you definitely got the rest of the offseason hearing about it. Preseason, he's getting a pass no matter what he does.
No question.
And I think if he does start, you give him till midway through.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if he's doing bad, TG will be bringing up every little thing he's doing that's good.
Man, did you see how he scrambled out of this?
But once you hit the midway point, you got to start winning. You got to start doing something different. If he's
See?
not performing in the first half.
I don't feel like he has to. I feel like it's gonna be Justin.
One whole year.
It'll be Justin Fields.
You know who they gave a pass? You're right. They
Justin
gave him
Fields.
a pass. They also gave Zach Wilson a pass. His
He's
rookie
another
year.
one. Yeah,
I think you're right.
absolutely, man. I just think like that's how it'll be. And then you'll get the year 2 and you're like, all right, do we still give it a pass or how are we looking at this thing? Yeah, that's interesting though, bro. But yeah, that's his dude, bro. Every time we talk, it doesn't matter what we are talking about. The conversation is going to come back to Anthony Richardson somehow, some way.
Okay.
I done talked to this dude all type of times, text, phone call.
So is that like the no word in the interview whenever we call him? Let's not bring it up, but see if he brings it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's somehow, some way it comes back to like, hey, yo, but did you see what he did though, right? Hey, but did you see the flips? But did you see this though? Hey, you saw the article, right? Hey, just know you know that, right? Like that's yeah.
You know what I do have to say? I'm gonna have to apologize to TG. I think.
Uh-oh.
That receiver he's talking about.
Oh yeah, Ford. Yeah, was it Ford Wheaton?
Bryce Ford Wheaton.
Bryce Ford Wheaton. Yeah.
Or Bryce Wheaton Ford. Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah, I know it's a Ford and there's a Wheaton in there.
I think he'd be a good late round receiver to take.
Yeah.
Now, again, if that's West Virginia's best prospect, that's definitely an indictment on their program.
Turns a big vertical,
but he looks a lot like Martavis Bryant, actually.
In terms in almost identical when you talk about the upright running motion, but not a lot of the side to side wiggle. He don't do that, but when he goes north and south foot in the ground, it's a track meet. Yeah,
even the catching.
Mm-hmm. Even the
and lack thereof.
I'm about to say yes. The all catches and the not so much. You're like, oh, how did you drop that? Yeah, he definitely gives you that. So you went Martavis. I was like Martavis. I was like, he gave me a little bit of the T. Higgins vibes in terms of like how he runs some of the routes and stuff. And just like I said, he's long, tall, linear dude, man. Yeah. But you said that's their best prospect.
Am I wrong? I haven't heard anyone else be brought up from West Virginia.
Yeah. That's what I thought their best prospect was. I'm not against him. I like him. Like I said, as a late round option, I mean, he does present some intriguing things, but yeah, I ain't heard nobody else. So I definitely feel like y'all got the better situation coming out right now.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say a few more. Eric Winslow, the 603. Rye, what up?
What up?
973 Jersey all day.
Man, when you said Ra, what up? I thought you were saying like Ra, like he said it at the end of his comment. I didn't know that was his name.
That's his name.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what up, Ra? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, righty. Oh.
I'll say one more. Ben Fountain, 251 Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Shout out.
Newer to the streams. What's up?
Man, what's happening, baby? We appreciate you, baby. Welcome. All right, I see a couple of here I'm going to get into, and then after that, we will go ahead and get with this thing. NSMC99, tuning in from the 412, Dubberg. Pirates need to toss Rich Hill. Any comment on that?
Yeah, he's that 40-year-old guy that can't throw over 85 miles per hour. It's basically like he's pitching batting practice to these opponents.
Oh, that no bueno. Yeah. Well, I'm with you then. We need to toss him. All right, Felicia Bellard. Shout out to Felicia tuning in for another 3-3. Sam Lake Charles, Louisiana, holding it down in the South. The boat. You know what it is. And then we got the Dippin' Dots 21 tuning in from the 412 South Side. And shout out to the homie Brian Quintanar in the 862 Lincoln Park, New Jersey. He says, "Let's go Devils."
Super chat, son?
I'm good. Yeah. I think I'm good. Yeah. I think I was good. Yeah.
All right, we got a couple coming in here.
All right, let's tap in.
Phantom TV, where's Zach Banner at?
From my recollection, should be California, engaged, because I don't think they had the wedding just yet. I don't think they was married. I feel like it's just engaged, and I think that's the vibe right now out in Cali. But he's been doing some of the media stuff out there. Last time I seen him on camera was he did a Red Table Talk with Jada Pickett. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did one of those surrounding the synagogue shooting. It was like around like one of the anniversaries of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing I have seen from like public like that. I haven't been like on the social media though either. So check the social media. It might be something up there. But shout out to the homie Banner though, man. But I say hope all is well with him though. Absolutely.
Yeah, we got nothing but good things to say about Banner.
Shoot, Banner had us rocking on a Tuesday, baby.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hollywood 931.
And he used to always get on you too now that I think about it. That was good banter though, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it started the cheetah.
Yo, fellas, Armon Watts is actually my little cousin. No lies. I was so hyped yesterday. Great signing, and not just because he's family.
Well, let's go. Well, you know what, man? We can tap into that if you want to tap into that right now. You ready to tap into that? We can tap into that.
That works.
Now let's tap into it then, man, because we was going to talk about it anyways. So let's talk a little bit about...
Wait, is this real?
I don't know if it's real.
Raw Dollars. Wait,
bro.
Raw Dollar says banner security for Schoolboy Q now?
I don't know, bro. I do not know. Let's go. You can Google it. I don't know.
I have no clue.
I would be very surprised. Shout out to Schoolboy
Q. Is he making
Q.
a joke, or is that...
I hope it's a joke. And you wouldn't want to be security for Schoolboy Q. Nothing against Schoolboy Q, but I'm just like... Schoolboy Q, yeah, man, that's a crip. That's got gang like, man. Yeah, you know, a little higher risk.
It looks like Banner. What is this? Banner tweeted something. Yeah, he tweeted something to Schoolboy Q.
Okay.
Shouts out Tacoma in the Work remix by A$AP Ferg.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna see if Raw Dollars.
Better not be, man. Yeah.
I guess he says he's just playing.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, yeah, man. Let's say, I'm a Schoolboy Q guy now. Don't get it twisted. Now I rock with Schoolboy, but I'm like, you don't want to be his security though. I'm cool on those recommendations. Trust me. But speaking of the housekeeping element of it, though, man, yes, Armon Watts. I do not know. I don't. Relations or not. But in terms of Armon, man, we did sign him. Was that last night? Was it last night or was it this morning? Was it last night? It's like 9 o'clock, right? 9, 10 o'clock? I feel like it was last night.
I think it was.
Or was it yesterday night?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. Yeah.
It was 2 nights ago. Yep, Monday night.
That's what it was. Yeah, I was like, it was one of them nights, man. Yeah, so we signed him Monday night to a 1-year deal. And a little bit about Armon. Let's see. Came into the NFL, what was that, 2019? Yeah, 2019 out of Arkansas, if I remember correctly, right? Yes, Arkansas. Yep. So came in at a 6th-round draft pick, the Minnesota Vikings. Played up there for the first 3 years, and then he just spent his last year in Chicago. Some of the things in terms of his numbers. Started, let's see, 10 games total in his time in Minnesota. 9 of those came in his final season, but played 17 games played 7 games his first season, 16 games his second season in Minnesota, and then 17 games in his final season there. And then last year in Chicago, played in 17 games, but started 12 of those. And in terms of his numbers, last year ended with 35 tackles, had a sack. The year prior to that, 46 tackles, 5 sacks. On his career, though, 125 tackles, 8 of those being sacks, 7 total tackles for loss and stuff like that. In terms of when I watch him on tape, I like his game, man. I think that he does provide some versatility in the interior D-line. Gives you some nose guard or nose tackle potential as well, but he also has a little bit of versatility where he could bump out and play a little bit of that one technique. And at times they've played him as a 3. I don't necessarily like him in that type of space. I think that when you're asking him to have to play a little bit more in space and do more of the lateral movement, you know, covering from that A and, you know, trying to get out there on some of these stretching plays to the sideline, that's where he struggles at. But when you're watching him in the nose technique, or if you're watching him slightly shaded or in a gap, like in that A gap, and he's able to just go and be a penetrator, I think that he is really good there. His hand placement is good. Get off is good. Definitely want to be more consistent. But to me, the closer he is to the ball, the better player he is. The further you get him away, that's when he's going to start going down in terms of productivity and just in terms of what you want to like see from him, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. And some of the highlights, some of the good tape that I've seen floater out there on social media was him. You're right over the ball. Mm-hmm. Very disruptive in the middle. I feel like this is just a depth signing, a guy to be kind of the backup for Hayward, Ogunjobi. Maybe he can compete with Fehoko, some of these other backup defensive linemen. Nothing wrong with it, too, because he's still relatively young.
Yeah, he was, 26?
Has experience, has starting experience.
Yeah, 26
has played
years
good
old.
At times. Nothing wrong with that. It's just going to be like another vet minimum contract.
Yeah.
We're just building up the trenches a little bit, just bringing in that depth.
Yeah. Or 26, he'll be 27 in July. So, yeah, shout out to that. But, yeah, I'm with you, though, man. he has started in this league, but at the same time, he's been a rotational guy in this league. He has some positional flexibility. Is he good enough that if he was our starter for a game or two, we would be okay? I believe that is the case. Would you want him to be your 17-game starter? Me personally, probably not. But that's also me seeing him in other defenses, other schemes, not specifically our scheme and what we would be asking him to do, because we're not going to ask him per se to play a ton of nickel for us, because we got guys like Cam Hayward, guys like Larry Ogunjobi, guys like DeMarvin Leal, who are designed to rush the passer, who are designed to play a little bit more in space. They're a little bit more rangier when you're talking about cutoff blocks and how they're able to chase down stuff from the backside. That's what they bring. But if you're looking at Armon and you're asking him to play the base stuff, I think you could get away with him as one of your guys if he's the starting at nose tackle or something like that. I think you could in that vein, because it's going to be a condensed amount of reps that he's playing, and what you're going to be asking him to do lined directly over that ball is going to be more his wheelhouse. And I think that's, what you want to see from him versus, like I said, we playing him in a ton of that nickel stuff.
We're starting to build a little Vikings pipeline here.
Bro, we low-key are, right?
What's
our connection up there?
Mason Cole. Now
what's the connection up there, man? Who do we know in Minnesota?
I don't know. The Eagles one we understand.
Coach
with
Tomlin.
Weidl.
It's Coach Tomlin.
You think?
He was
up there. Yeah, he was the
boat.
DC.
Yeah, he was up there for that. Yeah. That's the connection.
Even if there's still no people up there that he's familiar with.
Well, no. It's always people he's familiar with. They were just young back then. Now they
okay.
Yeah, they were like GAs and assistants and like go get the coffee guys. And now they wear the suits and the ties and they make the decisions. Send people to go get coffee. Circle of life. Yeah. It's real though, man.
Yeah, even that dude. Remember that O lineman we picked up last year,
yeah,
Jesse Davis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vikings
we for
connect.
a fact got a Minnesota connection, bro. Whoa, how did we not realize this?
This was the one. This was the alert. This one's the one that got me.
Pipeline right now, bro. That is wild. I do like the trenches though. It's another one of those things when you're talking about taking a need and just making it smaller and smaller. I do feel like this is another one of those things where, once again, we knew based on the moves that we had made prior to the Armon Watts signing that we could go D-line in this draft, or we could chill on it in terms of the early portion of it. But we said that it's still something that we would still probably like to look into. With this move, I feel like it, once again, just alleviates that pressure of, we have to get this dude. We have to hit on the nose. We have to hit on the interior D lineman right now, because you still have a dude that has started 12 games just last season. You're not starting 12 games at this level if you're not capable of at least playing to some extent. Heck, even when we talk about Kendrick Green, it's like, bro, was it some moments where you're like, bro, you're so undersized, it's hurting? Yes. But when you talk about him playing over that 17-game span, he did not get killed every single time he snapped the ball. And that's the part where we're like, yeah, that's still quality snaps. Now, it's not saying that you want to live with that going forward, and that's why you want to dial back some of those starts, and obviously we did do that. But that's kind of how I look at Armon Watts. It's like, man, this dude has at least shown enough that he can get you out of a stadium. He can get you out of a game. And that's what you're looking for when you're talking about these type of signings, the type of depth and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with this at all.
Yeah.
From my standpoint. Now, do you think? I would hope so, at least. This is just me in the moment right now. After Steelers made this signing, I would hope.
Jordan Addison now.
I'm hoping we don't go defensive lineman in the first 2 rounds. I'm hoping we don't. I just don't think there's a reason for it right now. I really.
We thought that would guard too, baby. That's all I'm saying, man. These are still not high enough to where they match the.
Yeah, I don't know why we met with Osiris Torrance. I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're just shoot Osiris, Steve Avella. He's another one. I'm just like, bro, what are we? What are y'all about to really do that?
Can either of them play center? That could make sense with Mason Cole this being the last year on his contract.
Fair.
That's it, though. Anything else doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah. I was just like, man, that's just a lot of people in there, man. Yeah.
Man, yeah, if we go O-line and D-line in this draft, first 2 picks, I don't know. This will be like going 0 RB strategy in fantasy football. That would be like us going Zero cornerback or slot receiver strategy. Let's just keep building up the trenches the whole time.
We are going to body punch you to death. That is going to be our approach. We're going to just mangle you in the trenches. In waves. Yeah. That's what it seemed like, bro.
My money's still on corner.
Still going okay.
Still on corner. I think we do go corner. I think receiver's a little more in play, though.
I think left tackle still is in play.
It's still in play. Those are the top three.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think defensive lineman has to be out early on. First 3 or 4 picks.
Which one do you think?
If I'm the GM.
Which one is?
I wouldn't be surprised if we take a Bettner or Mozzie Smith.
In terms of how you rank them. O-line or interior O-line or D-line?
Which would I be more upset about? Interior O-line. I would be furious about.
I'm just like, bro, I can't take
D-line, you could sell me on. Okay, maybe this guy does play a little bit.
Yeah.
If he excels early on, showcases that he's really a stud. And you also get this is probably going to be the Cam Hayward predecessor.
Gotcha. I was like, I just can't take another guard, bro.
Interior O-line.
I can't take another one, bro.
Even center. If you're taking one that early, they're going to be the backup to Mason Cole. Like, that's just stupid.
I don't want to touch the interior offensive line in the first rounds, man. Like, just we're good. If it's not left tackle, don't talk to me about offensive line, bro. Yeah.
I would like to think we don't draft D-line early on. Receiver, left tackle, and cornerback.
So this is the other question.
And franchise linebacker.
What do you classify as early on? Are you saying within the first 80 picks?
80, that's the third round pick, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, I could see them doing something at 80. I could see them doing something at 48,
don't do it
49.
in the first 2 round picks. Don't do it in the first 2 rounds. Me, personally, I'd prefer not 80 either, but I would be a little bit more okay with that, especially if we kill those first 3 picks.
What about, was it 49, right? Or no, 40.
We got 32 and 49.
49, yeah. So if it was at 49.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that.
Nah.
No.
I don't. Oh.
Well, it depends. Depends on the board. I will say that.
And who it is, yeah.
If we get a corner in round 1 and we get
if it was Mozzie
a receiver
Smith
in round 2.
If it was Mozzie Smith at 32, do you hate it?
Probably, because that means we're not drafting Drew Sanders. Might not be drafting Zay Flowers.
Unless something is there at 49.
Receiver-wise, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Sanders or Simpson could be there at 49. I prefer Drew Sanders over Simpson, though.
Me too.
Which is why you might have to spend some higher capital on him.
That is also true.
Yeah, I don't know if Sanders lasts to 49.
That's the one where I'm just like,
I think he's the perfect spot for 32.
You're playing a game.
I could see him going late first. Some team might fall in love with him and just take him, and we might have a chance at him.
But that's like my little play. I'm like, I don't know if I can. Whoever I take at 32, whoever I pass on, can I get him at 49? I don't know. So like, do I pass on a Mozzie Smith, take a Drew Sanders at 32, and then maybe do a Keanu Benton? Later on.
Right. I think Benton or Mozzie Smith might be there at 49.
I mean? Yeah.
I think either one of them can fall.
Yeah.
But I don't think Drew Sanders is.
Yeah, I feel like Drew. Yeah, it's Drew. The tape's too high, bro. The tape is hot. Tape don't lie. Tape don't lie, man.
Yeah, I think it's the same. Like defensive line was, I'd say, low on our list. It was probably 5th. We talked about corner, left tackle, receiver, and then you franchise linebacker.
Yeah.
We were arguing or debating or just thinking, could that be more of a need than just slot receiver? Yeah. I think there's a debate there. So after those 4, I think you could say D-line. But I think it remains there. I think it remains at 5. That's what it was before. That's what it was after. I think now for sure we shouldn't take someone early.
Because I'm like, inside linebacker is still going to take precedent over that. With us moving on from Jamir Jones, we'll talk about that in a second. That still leaves outside linebacker depth. One of those names that we got to look into. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be hard. That'll be hard.
Right, outside linebacker.
That's what I'm saying.
The third outside linebacker might go ahead of D-line now.
Yeah.
Might go to 5th.
Yeah.
If we don't sign Bud.
Because I'm like, I definitely feel like that takes more of a need or more importance than this D-line situation right now. If I'm going into this draft. In the first 80 picks, yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. Leave the D-line alone, man. We go with the D-line right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel good about the D. Everybody's healthy right now, too. I feel good about it. Yeah.
I don't think promises can be made, though, that we're not going to draft a D lineman early.
But you bring in another D lineman, who are we getting rid of in that room? Is it Loudermilk? Loudermilk's not the odd man out. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I just think with us building the trenches this offseason, might still be the vibes for the draft. They may just not care.
Man.
I don't think it can be completely out of play.
We're going to see, man. We shall see, bro. We shall see, man.
You want me to hit these other supers?
Yeah, let's tap in, man. That was a good one to start it out, though, man. Shout out to, who was that brought up the first topic for us, man? Because they just read our mind, bro.
Hollywood 931. He's
Hollywood
saying Armon Watts
931.
is his relative,
Yeah.
little cousin.
Well, actually, before we start to the next super, I did want to ask you your thoughts on Jamir Jones getting released.
Doesn't move the needle for me one way or another. Just The main question is, does it mean anything for us maybe bringing in a Bud Dupree coming up?
Yeah.
But I feel like that doesn't matter because you could have a bunch of extra roster spots right now, right?
Up to 90.
That's the only intriguing part of it to me.
Yeah.
Because Jamir Jones really didn't do much for us while he was here.
On defense, he didn't. Did on special teams, though. In terms of, I think he's played in all 17 of them games last year on special teams. Yeah. So he did give us something there. It was 50-something% of the snaps there. But in terms of the defense, nah. So we still are going to have to address that part. You know what I mean? And that was one of the things that he was here or not here. That was not going to change. 'Cause, yeah, did he play a ton of? I don't remember him playing a ton of snaps on defense, man. Like, it may have been one or two games where we saw his name out there a couple of times in that vein, but that just never really materialized for him. But like I said, that part was a little bit interesting to me that they did move on just because they had brought him back. Remember, he was one they had brought, that was 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's
They
a
just
little
re-signed
random.
him. Yeah, that was the part to me that was a little bit more surprising than anything. Like, what transpired over these 2 months to make you say you want to bring him back, but now before the draft, before OTAs, mini camp, anything, you decide to move on?
Yeah, they're just done.
Yeah.
They've had enough. Well, to piggyback off that, Rod Dollars asks, can we get some insight on Chappelle Russell and why the Steelers chose to keep him over Jamir Jones?
Not that I know of just yet. I mean, we talked about Chappelle when we signed him. What was that, like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He came from Jacksonville.
I just think to his point, like, I feel like those names could have been interchangeable.
Yeah.
Like, if you just would have saw the report, Steelers released Chappelle Russell, it kind of would have been the same thing. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Jamir Jones has done a little bit more. At
Yeah.
least he's got the preseason from a couple years ago where he did good there and was able to actually make the roster for
And
his
I
rookie
wonder,
year.
too, how do they view Chappelle? Because they have him listed as an inside up here, but we said with Chappelle. No, if I remember correctly, no, Chappelle, that might be why then. If they're looking at him as an inside completely versus Jamir being the outside dude. It'd be as simple as that.
Position change.
Yeah. Whereas for the outside, they still have, obviously, you got Quincy Roche, but they, I don't even know.
I always felt like whenever we brought in Roche anyway, if the roster stayed as is, he was going to be the third guy.
Yeah.
Because he actually did some stuff with the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah, because they signed, was it Emeka Egbull, but he hasn't played any seriously, you know what I mean? In terms like at the NFL level. Yeah.
If anything, going back to what we were talking about with draft priorities or draft needs, I think this does solidify third edge rusher.
Yeah.
In that fifth spot over defensive line.
That's kind of how I lean with this thing, man. Yeah. Not a lot of action in that room behind. When you talk TJ, you talk Highsmith, man. Not a lot of reps, not a lot of just in-game experience for those guys, man. So, yeah. Definitely stays there, though, man. Definitely stays there.
Yeah, I don't think the release was a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Richard Hunt, I think, he's next. He says, Deke's recent video. Woke up feeling dangerous today.
Just talking Baker?
I don't think he's talking about my Madden video because I got smoked. The one I posted most recently. That's an old game, though. That happened a couple weeks ago.
All right. I was about to say, you're supposed to be hot right now, Deke. Don't let them catch you slipping now.
Oh, yeah, I made a video on Kenny Pickett. Could he be elite? Because that's what Kyle Brandt brought up on NFL Network.
Shout out.
So Kyle Brandt was spitting some facts. I was really liking what he was saying, but I just took it in another direction where I just went on a rant and said, keep that same energy. I don't want to hear people talking up KP8 now all of a sudden in the offseason.
After 1 year of him not starting 17 games, they got to keep that same energy?
Yeah. 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 He said, now, a lot of people in the comments were saying Kyle Brandt actually was talking pretty good about the Steelers and Kenny Pickett throughout the regular season.
He was. He talked good about Steelers. He talks good about the Bills. That's why I like him.
He said people in the comments were saying he was like one of the only ones. Mm-hmm. But I brought up that one guy on Twitter that really pissed me off from a week ago. Because that's what the video did. It prompted me. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that one guy that was talking good about KP. But then he said, yeah, I had to switch my tune and everything because all these stats popped up. But the stats were always there. KP8's play from last year was always there. So you were just box score watching, not actually game watching. Because I said, listen, I don't know what Kyle Brandt's previous takes were, but this just sparked my mind to go in this direction. So that was my Big Deke news segment today.
That is funny. I like it.
Next is Ryan McPherson. Moats, when and why did you become a Lakers fan? Deke, is there an NBA team you like?
It's simple. His name is LeBron, last name James. So when LeBron took his talents to L.A., I was with him the whole time. That first year when he got hurt, and it was like, oh, no, it's not going to work out. Then the second year when it was like, oh, this is going to be a failed move. LeBron's not going to win another championship. And he went in the bubble and did it. And everybody was like, oh, now the bubble doesn't count because LeBron won one. Yeah, we're still rocking with it then. Then even when they went and lost to Phoenix that first round when AD, had this little phantom injury and all that good stuff. Yeah, man. That's how long I've been rocking with the Lakers. Wherever LeBron goes, that's where I go. I got all my Heat gear from when we was winning championships down there, rocking with them White House. You feel me? Yeah, and I done took it back to Cleveland, had to win one for the hometown. You know what I mean? So that wherever Bron is, that's where I am. That's where my loyalty is 1,000%. If Bron isn't there, I do not care. That's how long I've been rocking with him, baby. Let's go, Bron. Come on, baby. It's that simple.
I don't have an NBA team.
Yeah.
No. I'm excited for the playoffs, though. Watch the playoffs. Might bet on some games.
Yeah. Wherever Bron at, baby. And anybody that want to hit you, oh, it don't count. That's cool, man. We can say that about any championship, did it? We just go say that one don't count. Anyone don't count. Pick what you want to pick, but at the end of the day, the stats don't lie. That chip is that chip, baby. So yeah.
We need to bring back the Pittsburgh Pipers.
There you go. And if Bron played on the Pittsburgh Pipers, you know what I'd be rocking with? The Pittsburgh Pipers. I'd be in this joint with a Bron Pittsburgh Pipers jersey on, man. I'm loyal. I got a lot of loyalty. Bron. Now, when he retires, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Bronny.
Go back to my Knicks. I've always liked Knicks.
Knicks.
Yeah, that's always my thing. Because in my heart, I'm from New York.
Okay.
In my heart, I'm a New Yorker. In my heart. Like, when I hear that song, Native New Yorker, like, that's my anthem. I just can't, own it all the way because, not a pure blood. Huh.
Right.
Seems to be my theme in my life,
Right.
But catch my drift.
John Easton. Rumors have us trading up to 9 for Gonzalez. Thoughts?
I mean,
I like it.
Yeah, if that's the corner we go with. I think, man, you talked about that. If we were going to trade up, man, for a corner, man, that's definitely the dude that we would like if we were looking for a corner. Yeah.
Yeah. It's either you trade up for him or Skronsky.
Yeah. Because in terms of, a dude that's legitimate, bona fide, man-to-man corner, Gonzalez, to me, checks that box across the board. So, yeah. If we're going to do it, that'd be the one I want to do it for.
I think the reason he's bringing this up, I think this is legit. He's saying rumors. I think there were some people out there saying the Bears and Steelers have had legitimate talks about trading that 9th pick.
Okay.
Which makes sense. I mean, it seems like we do have a little bit of a relationship with the Bears and wheeling and dealing. Probably have to...
We'll be giving up for it.
Well, to trade up to get Devin Bush, I think we gave up an additional 3rd-round pick. I can't remember if there's one next year.
This is 17
but I'm hearing a lot of we'd probably just have to give up that 49th.
So 17 and 49 to move it to 9. Do you like that?
It's not a bad call. If you really like Gonzalez, you think he's cream of the crop, tier of his own, sure, why not? Because then you still have your normal picks.
Still got 32.
You have the Gonzalez pick. You have a 2nd-round pick at 32. You got your 3rd and your 4th. I know we're missing the 5th and 6th, but you still have pretty much a normal draft, and you get the guy that you really want.
Okay.
It was that Claypool trade that helped us get in this scenario where we have all these options.
I ain't against it, man. They say if it works, if that's the guy that you want, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not as high on some of the depth,
yeah.
and you're like, we really feel like Gonzalez is a step or two above any of those corners that could potentially fall to us.
There
Why
ain't
not?
nothing wrong with that, yeah.
No.
And they say, there's nothing wrong with if you feel like this the player and you love that player, go get the player. Like, I'm not a fan of saving a whole bunch of draft picks just to have a whole bunch of draft picks, because that's where, to me, I don't always feel like a ton of picks equates to productivity, equates to your team actually improving. Just because you bring in all these dudes in the draft, if they're not good players, you just wasted a ton of picks. That's it. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you think that this is the guy that can come in here and instantly upgrade you and you feel this is the long-term solution as well, why wait? Go get him. Don't take that chance, because we've seen in the past how if we do wait, we miss out on some of those guys.
Yep. Sean McCartney.
Yeah.
With the addition of Watts and the depth in the defensive line, do you see the Steelers still drafting defensive line? We talked about that a lot. I'm happy with Fehoko and Watts, but I like guys like Ika.
Man, honestly, I could still see them potentially tapping in with one of those guys. I don't know if it would be Ika all the way, though, because to me, I just feel like we would have a ton of the same type of body types. I think you would want something a little bit more rangy, a little bit more flexible in there, since you have a Fehoko and an Armon Watts. That's why I had recommended the Mozzie Smith part, because I think he has a little bit more range. Keanu Benton has a little bit more range. I think those guys potentially make a little bit more sense, just so it's not all the same body type per se. But I mean, it's hard to go wrong with the Siaki Ika though, man, because the dude's power, the dude's size, the way he can truly just shut down the interior portion of the offensive line versus the run, that's the part that makes him so unique.
Phantom TV says, enough is enough. Let's talk Devin White.
No, you trying to rush the gun, man. We're not getting to that just yet, all right? When we talk to TG, then we talk about Devin White. You got to hold your horses, though, man, all right? Hold your horses. Hit the brakes. No, because we definitely going to talk that Devin White talk. But I wait till, get another LB in here too, man. Cause I'm going to have my stance on this situation. Deke going to have his stance. But it's like, yo, let's just wait. Have this conversation all at the same time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Gives me a vibe, though. It's definitely going to be a vibe.
Is the next one
But
Gorilla
we got
Mode?
you, Phantom. We got you. Just wait.
Next one Gorilla Mode?
Yes.
Martin Emerson is wild for disrespecting Pickens like that after getting put on a highlight reel all year against him. SMH.
Did I miss something?
You missed the Instagram beef.
What? Tomo, what? The Instagram beef this real?
Yeah, Pickens deleted it shortly after.
What?
But Emerson, I don't know how much he posted on his story, but I think he made a main post where it's him looking down on Pickens in that Week 18 game. There's a screenshot. I don't know how he was able to get this, but yeah, Pickens is on the ground. Martin Emerson's looking down at him. So obviously, sign of disrespect, right? Posted that pic. I think he tagged Pickens in it and maybe had some type of caption.
He tagged him?
I think so.
Oh,
something happened where it got Pickens' attention.
Yeah, I was say
it got Pickens' attention.
Bruh.
I don't know if it was the caption. I don't know if it was the tag, but Pickens caught wind of this, that Emerson's disrespecting him, and he went on 6.
What?
Yeah, I think it was 6 posts on Instagram he made where it was him either torching him, like in a video. It was the one-handed catch. Like, yeah, that was done against Emerson, that Thursday night game, the one-handed catch.
I did not know that was on
He had like 2 or 3 other pictures. The one, I think it was that sideline catch against the Browns in Week 18.
Absolutely.
That was on Emerson.
I had no clue this was
Tagged Emerson in all those. All of them.
Yo, what?
Yeah.
I love it for us because now whenever
and then he had a caption. Yeah, he had a caption that said, "I'm not even on the internet. Like, go find your soul," or something like that.
Whenever we play Cleveland, now Pickens is going to be on 1,000. So I do like that. But bro, I had no clue. Why would you beef with Pickens of all people if you a DB in the division? What are you doing, bro? You're tripping.
Pickens had most of his success last year against the Browns.
It's like what?
Whenever he faced the Browns, like most of the success came against Emerson.
Bro, how did I? Well, I know how I missed it. I've been with wifey all day. That's crazy though, bro. That was real life. They atting each other like, oh
It
man.
happened. I don't know if the Steelers got the Pickens, told him to take it down, or
Yeah.
Pickens is just trying to cool down the
What?
offseason drama and just be
Oh,
like, all right,
man.
we'll see you on the field. We'll take this on the field. I don't know,
what?
but yeah, he ended up deleting it.
Has Emerson said anything back?
I don't think so.
What is Emerson's deal, bro? Was it was non-provoked that he just felt like he woke up today and was like, you know, I feel like atting GP. I feel like atting that boy. I'm gonna let him know, you know, I got smoke for you. Like, bro, have you not seen the rest of your matchups with this gentleman right here, man? Stop it.
Not wise.
Stop it. He was whooping up on you when he won't upset. Now you want to make him upset? What are you doing?
It's a great way to put it.
That is crazy, bruh. That is crazy. I'm mad I missed it. Why you ain't text me, bro? You should have been like, yo, Mo, check this out, bro. Hey, man.
Yeah, it happened a couple days ago. And like I said,
Hey,
Pickens
man.
deleted it and stuff, so.
I be missing out, man. See, everyone's this it's stuff like that where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should have been on social media a little bit more. But then other times I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Deke can report it to me. Whoever else can report it to me, I'm good right now.
Yeah, I'm glad someone brought it up.
But
I
yo, that's
forgot all
funny,
about
man. I
it.
had no clue. Yo, that was okay. That makes sense then. Shout out to Gorilla Mode then, man. Yeah. Definitely wild. I'm gonna try to backtrack and find something, man. I'm saying, what's going on here? Dang.
Hollywood 931. How serious you guys think we are on Devin White?
Try and get us to talk about it. Give me 8 minutes. 8 minutes and we gonna Devin White you. All right. Soon as we hit up on TG, we talking, bro. Hey, look, man, the people want to know. We tired of waiting. It's LB talk out the jump, all right? But we're going to pause on that, all right? We got to wait on that, all right? But it's coming. I promise it's coming. That didn't sound the best, but you catch what I'm saying. But in terms of the seriousness of the Devin White thing, I hope we are serious to some extent. I hope so. But we shall talk about it more in depth. We shall.
Devin Harris. If Joey Porter Jr. and Paris Johnson and Broderick Jones are available at 17, which do you pick?
I said this, and I'm going to stick with it. JPJ, because for me, I have a personal bias towards him. It's my guy. It's just different, man. Being a chance to see it before it went to college and now seeing it in college, I want to see it come back to complete the story, man. Give me the full circle. You know what I mean? So that's why, for me, I go JPJ right there. What about you, though, man?
Yeah, he's fun. Porter's fun.
Not just fine, man. You got to be like, yo, that's JPJ, man. Put some respect. You know what I'm saying? Gas it up a little bit.
Be a good pick.
There it is. That's it. Gas it up. He was like, yeah,
It would add to Tomlin's Infinity Gauntlet.
There it is. Now you talking to me. Now you got me.
Dude, I had this whole theory with Tomlin signing Watts. He's trying to, like, skirt it right now because he's missing the Watt Infinity Zone because Derek's still a free
Try to
agent.
splice it real quick. Like, all right, I got a Watt and a Watts.
Doesn't count, though.
It
doesn't count.
It's like a second cousin.
Armon and TJ aren't related.
but they got the same last name ish. He's like, yo, I'm two of Derek Watts.
Because right now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he only has 2 stones. Peterson,
yes.
McFadden, and the Haywards.
Yeah, because the Watts isn't there right now. We just assume the Watt's is going to be there. But the Watt is not there right now.
He really could have got the full gauntlet this offseason if he
could
played
have
it
had
right.
He could have had Edmonds and Watt.
Get the Watts back. JPJ.
And then get JPJ.
And then Herbig. He could have had it all.
Oh, so he has 3 right now. The Herbig. He does have 3.
No, because he's not on the
haven't
team yet.
drafted him
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I'm saying. He could have done it if he would have played it right.
So right, yeah.
He could have had all 6.
Right now, he has a chance to do.
Yeah, I think he could do 4. Wait,
He could do 5.
He could do 5.
He could do 5.
He could do 5.
He'd have to hit him in the draft.
He has to
though.
get Derek back.
Yeah, got it. Sign Derek, draft PZ Jr., get Herbig, or you get the cat from Penn State, the receiver, the one that's Dobbs' cousin, right? What was one we said?
Do we count that?
Yes. Why don't we count that? We count McFadden and Pat P. What's the difference?
McFadden's got some hardware here.
That's cool. Both were drafted here, though, right? Because Dobbs was a 4th round draft pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. That's pure
I'd have
blood.
to put that one under review.
4th round pick is pure blood. That's pure blood, bro. He got a phone call from the Steelers on draft day.
Because Dobbs ain't on the team anymore.
McFadden ain't on the team
McFadden
either.
retired. I feel like it's a little different.
Man, the dude was drafted by this team. You only get drafted by one team. Remember that. You can only be a pure blood for one team. Only for one. Dobbs pure blood Steeler.
That's a tough one.
If Dobbs' career ended today, it's gonna say Steelers quarterback because he was drafted by the Steelers.
I don't know if I could do that one.
Yeah, man. That's what it is, bro.
That's tough. If he was still on the team, for sure.
I think he was drafted, bro. I think he's drafted worse, bro. Because we don't even have anybody else that's been drafted to the team that is of a relation. That's the other part.
Here's my point. If we bring in Tremaine,
okay,
that can't count because Terrell's not here anymore.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I see what you mean.
So we're bringing in this guy who's Dobbs' cut, but Dobbs ain't even here anymore.
But you give McFadden the pass just because it's
McFadden's like almost the same thing as Porter.
Well, because since we said we was going to chalk it up for Pat P, I just figured why overthink it when it comes to Dobbs? You overthought it with Dobbs and said that it didn't count with him.
No, because I view McFadden. McFadden's like a legacy Steeler right now.
He is
Whereas, I mean, Dobbs with his time here won't go down as
it's night and day. Night and day.
So that's my thinking. I view McFadden Peterson as similar to Joey Porter and his son.
Okay.
Because they're cousins. And I think McFadden had a big part of Peterson getting here, too.
Well, yeah, man. However it had to happen.
A little recruiting.
Yeah.
He could have done it, though. He could have done it. Tomlin, this was the offseason to pull it off.
Keep hope alive, though. Keep hope alive, man. It's not finished until it's finished. Keep hope alive.
Yeah, I would love to see if he could get the full Infinity Gauntlet before his career's over. Somehow, some way.
Don't doubt that, man. Don't doubt that, man.
Where was that at?
That was Devin Harris,
yeah,
right?
Boo Man says...
And that was his first super chat, too. Shout out to you, Devin Harris, man. We appreciate that.
Boo Man 318 says, how do you guys feel about Steelers talking with the Bears about possibly swapping first-round picks and moving up to pick 9?
Yeah, like I said, if it's somebody that you really love, and this is a person that the Steelers really love, I'm cool with it, man. I don't like feel handcuffed to the draft picks. Meaning, I don't care about us having a ton of them. I'm more so caring about the quality of the players that we're picking. And that's one of those fine lines when you're talking about draft capital. The quantity is cool, but you care about that quality a lot more. If we only got 3 players out of this draft, but all 3 come in here and it's like starter, and rotational player, that is beautiful in contrast to having 9 picks and only one of those dudes really having a role per se. So that's, how I look at it, man. So if we did move up to 9, if it was for Christian Gonzalez like we talked about, or even a Skaran that we've talked about before, I'm good with that. What if it was a guard, though, Deke?
Yeah, not happy. Trading up to pick 9 for a guard.
You never know, man. Is there any other position we would go to 9 for, though, outside of tackle or corner?
No. I can't see it right now.
I don't see wide receiver. I can't see an interior offensive lineman. I don't see
Jalen Carter.
Oh.
Or if Will Anderson somehow fell.
Because I don't think Will is falling. Jalen Carter, that's real. Not even from a fall, just because everybody's taking the quarterback, so it's going to naturally push him. But once again, I don't feel like you do that with us making the moves that we've been making in the D-line. It's like you're bringing in a lot of depth already. You bring in Jalen Carter at 9 overall, that pushes the dudes that we were viewing as potential starters to now y'all are rotational, so to speak.
The good thing is those guys aren't on any crazy deals.
True. This is also
That's
true.
the one thing. So I could see Omar Khan viewing them as expendable in a way. If they think Carter is like the best player in this draft, like hands down.
This is like year 1 in some of this stuff, though.
There's no way. I think Fehoko, isn't his deal only a 1-year deal?
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, he was.
Watts.
I'm thinking about
Watts
Larry
can't be
Ogunjobi.
anything crazy. Yeah. Ogunjobi's.
He was had the multi-year.
Yeah.
But to me, if Jalen Carter is here, is it clear that Larry O just starts the whole time and Jalen never taps into that?
He probably
goes
into some Cam Hayward time, maybe. Give Hayward some rest for the playoffs.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine at D-line.
That's
what I'm saying.
I
think the way it would happen, the Steelers' thinking behind it would be Jalen Carter is a generational talent. He's the best player in this draft. We just need him. We just need him on this roster. If he we're so surprised he fell to 9 or 10.
If he's sitting there, and I can see that could probably be one of the ones that's non-left tackle, non-corner.
And Steelers are just thinking, all right, we're set for 10 years on our D line.
I can see that one.
If he's our foundation,
that would have to be the only one though, right?
Yeah. I think outside of corner and tackle, I think you're right.
I say because I don't see us needing to do that for any of the wide receivers that we've talked about. We're about to get on the phone too.
No,
I don't think. Yeah, none of the wide receivers, no running back action, no quarterback action, none of the safeties now.
Not a trade up. No, I can
right
still
to go
see
to
us
9.
taking maybe Brian Branch.
Right. But to do it at 9, that's the combo, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
phone lines are live.
Man, you can't be saying it like that, man. People start calling us for. All right, let's see what T Jizzle love too, man. Because everybody want to talk Devin White, so we're gonna hop right into this Devin White. We're gonna get this Devin White off today. That's what y'all gonna get. And don't embarrass me in front of company, man. Answer the phone. Answer the phone. Who is it? Is it him? Is it the one and only locker mate? Is it the former Pittsburgh Steeler, the West Virginia Mountaineer, almost heaven?
Almost heaven.
Huh? Is that guy the one and only Terence Garvin?
Guy.
Man, how we feeling over there, bro? How we living in your way, man?
My God, we good. We out here in this this tropical storm alert, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tough out here, man.
Man, you stay dry down there. You know, we actually got beautiful weather up here in beautiful Pittsburgh today, man.
It's nice in the bird.
It's nice in the bird, man. Every once in a while, if you actually came back, you could enjoy it. You down there in Florida like it's all love. You ain't got to deal with no tropical storms up here, man.
You know, but yeah, caught up in the storm, man. We out here though.
For sure. Respect, man. Respect. You know, it was plenty of stuff, man, that I had on my list to talk to you about today. But he driving somewhere. Okay. In the chat, they said we need a weather report from you now. All right, I'm just letting you know. They said that's what they need from you while you out there storm tracking. They say, yo, we need a weather update. But
I'm out here in the hurricane. They say it's a hurricane warning out here.
That boy wildin'. But everybody in the chat has been asking this question since we started the show, and I've been telling them we're not going to talk about it until we get on the phone with you. I've been pushing it off. People been just round the clock. Yo, we need to talk about it. I'm like, no, we are waiting. But TG, now that you are on the line, Devin White requested a trade.
Yeah, I seen that.
How you feeling about the Devin White requesting a trade element of it? And is he somebody the Steelers need to be interested in?
I mean, of course they should be interested. They definitely have where he has their curiosity. They definitely should have that. But I don't think that's gonna happen. That's what we're talking about. That's not.
Now, why don't you think that's gonna happen? Because he said that he is fed up. Those were the direct words in the quote. Fed up with the team. The team gave him the 5th-year option, which is about 11. I think it was 11 mil, a little bit over 11.
Yeah.
And the team said they don't want to move on from him. But Devin White said he is fed up and has officially requested a trade.
He costs too much, though. That's not that type of trade, you know? It's more like, I'm just sick of being here. I'm not about to be on this rebuild with y'all. And on top of that, my boy, I just seen my boy pull this whole stunt off, you know?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Request the trade out of Chicago, make a big roar.
It did work. It did work for him.
It worked before. Why reinvent the wheel?
Okay. It was cool when he did it.
Yeah. The problem when I do it.
Right.
No, it's not going to work. I don't want to be here. This isn't working for me. I'm not for the rebuild. Trading. And then he'll get traded somewhere and get his bag that he wants.
Is he worth 100 to you?
Nah, he can't bring that. He's a star. He's a playmaker. He's a game changer. He is.
Okay.
But, I don't think he'll get 100 here. I don't think he's that piece away. You got to think Baltimore was a defense. They felt like all they really needed was a linebacker, and they had a shot.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like they were like, man, they basically invested in that like they invested in a quarterback. I don't think.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't think
technically they did, huh? Because they ain't pay Lamar
that's
yet.
what they did.
Yeah.
I don't think the defense here is a linebacker away from like this. That's the only piece that's needed type defense. So I don't see him willing to put that much money into that spot.
Yeah, and I think too with us signing those two linebackers,
Cole and Landon, yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of it's taken that off our big time needs list, at least for the rest of this offseason and going into the draft. Now, if we didn't have either one of those guys, I think it's a different story because the linebacker we're talking about, if we were to draft a guy going into the draft, is like a Drew Sanders or a Trenton Simpson, who's like these athletic
Super
cover
rangy.
linebackers. Where
Devin
White he's just a good all around linebacker, but I don't think we'd say he's like a coverage specialist.
Right. Yeah, he's not that just athlete. I mean, he's an athlete, so we can't say that.
But not what we talking like the unicorns. Yeah,
he's a different kind of athlete.
Yeah.
I love Buddy out of Clemson. I'm a fan of his.
Dude, wait. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and then look at a picture of him. You guys look exactly the same.
Yo, I swear that's you every time we look at it, bro. He's like, yo, this dude look just like TG right here, man. This TG we talking about. Yeah.
I might like him even more now.
Oh, Lord. Just another reason for you to like the big safety. It's all good. It is all good. But yo,
he can run, though.
No, he definitely can.
He can run.
He definitely can,
He can
man.
run. He can cover. He can do some stuff. He understands fire zones. He can play man. That's a nice little weapon to add to your unit.
And that intrigues you more than the potential to go trade for a Devin White.
Yeah, 100%. It doesn't cost $100 million.
Yeah. Is it going to produce the same way as Devin, though? Because we have seen Devin, at least at this level, consistently be a dog, consistently be able to perform. And we saw him when they had their Super Bowl run. That's when he even came to life on a greater level, So it is certain things with that premium, the $100 million that you're paying for, that you're going to get back guaranteed with him. Whereas with Trenton, some of that stuff is still up in the air in terms of if it's going to translate.
I agree with that. And I mean, I agree with that. You know what you get and you know what it is. There's a couple other linebackers in there too that's, all right, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. You know what you're getting out of that. You know what I mean? And if you know what you're getting, that's a plus. At the same time, I think what you know and what you're getting and whatnot, it costs a lot.
Yeah.
It costs a lot.
I think if we traded the two linebackers we signed to get Devin White, and then we signed Devin White to a contract, and then we drafted one of these, that would make sense.
But
I just don't see us doing business
around
that
in
way.
circles like that, bro.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Like when I look at the Devin White thing, bro, it's like, does he help our team? I feel like 100% he does.
Yeah, definitely. He's a good player.
Absolutely. And that's my thing. I'm like, yes, he helps you. Yes, he's an upgrade. Yes, it would make the defense better. But is what you're going to have to give up, number one, to go trade for it. Number two, the 11 that's going to cost this year, along with the deal that I'm going to have to sign him to afterwards, is he going to produce to outweigh all of that stuff? That's the part for me where I'm just like, I don't know all the way, man.
Right.
And it's not taking nothing away from him because he's dope, but that's a lot that he's going to be having to offset with his productivity. And I just don't know if he's going to do that for us all the way just yet.
That's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's the numbers. For me, it's not the production. It's none other stuff. It's the numbers, I think the number is it's an expensive little number,
Okay.
And I feel at this point in the offseason, like if you were to tell me, okay, we cut Miles Jack, but then didn't sign Holcomb or we didn't sign Roberts or any of these dudes, I think it would make so much more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we'd also be talking about we was taking a linebacker at 17 or moving up to take a linebacker.
Oh, for sure.
If we hadn't signed those guys,
yeah, if it was just
process,
Devin White and Mark Robinson, then
right, it'd be a way different conversation. Yeah.
Which wouldn't have been. I don't know. I guess it's just how you wanna do it. How do you want to divvy up your priorities and stuff? Because if we're taking a Drew Sanders or Trenton Simpson early on, that wouldn't be the worst thing. I still want us to.
I just don't think they're a piece away to where you want to invest all that money in that spot. I think if you get maybe if it was a elite, I just don't think there's nothing in there that you need to get like that at that much money. I think you're stable at safety. You're stable everywhere.
No, we definitely are.
Yeah, you're not just going to invest all that money into a position like it's for one, it's not a need of panic, and two, it's not like it's gonna change the whole everything tomorrow. You see it? So you're like, I think you more build from the draft at that place where you're like, all right, let's get something and grow it up. And it's still pieces in there.
No, it definitely is.
It's still pieces in there. Like, it's not a panic. It's not a panic at all. So I don't see that.
Okay. So just to put a bow on the Devin White convo, you say no to it.
I'm good. Yeah.
Deke is no on it. I'm a no as well. That's crazy. I did not think all three would be on one accord. This might be a great day today, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hang on. Okay. Well, next up on the docket, man, we did have some action taking place in the North. Easter Sunday, everybody's over here resurrecting, doing their church thing or vibing out, Easter egg hunting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But them good old rat birds over in Baltimore was like, we're going to cut us a little check. We want to spend a little money. You know what I'm saying? They had a little extra in the collection plate on Sunday. It was a little bigger congregation on Sunday. It's Easter Sunday. You know how that goes. So they decided to drop the bag 18 mil with 15 of that guaranteed to Odell Beckham Jr.
That's a good deal.
Talk to me now. Talk about it. Talk about it. Elaborate for me, baby.
They basically said, we want Lamar back. We're going to give you everything here that you need. What you trying to do? You say you needed a receiver. We would have got you a receiver.
Is this not pretty enough for you? You don't like this enough? I'll do everything for you.
Isn't this what you wanted? We got you what it is.
You told me you wanted to try something, okay? I got something for us to try now. Are you happy with the Odell move?
I like the move. I like him in Baltimore. It's cool.
You like? I hear you talk about the player part of it. How do you like the financial part of it, though?
Man, I thought they committed to that. It was almost like
they committed to that.
It felt backhand. It felt like, all right, like, we want you back. We're going to give some of your mans a little bit of your money.
Hey, look, it definitely felt like that. Like, yo, I want you back so much, I'm going to pay for your mans to come over here first, all right? I'll pay him a little extra if that's what's going to get you to stay potentially. Ooh.
I don't know if that's it, though. I would hate to see Odell fall into a situation where he doesn't have a quarterback.
He has a Pro Bowler on the roster. Don't forget that. He has a Pro Bowler on the roster. He does have that.
It is. I give you that. But no, I think it's a good move. I think it was a good Baltimore move. You put another threat in the division, which is cool. You need somebody to throw on the ball. Like, I hear what you're saying, but you need somebody to throw on the ball. At the end of the day, it didn't change priority. But something's going to happen in this draft. This draft's going to be shaky. I think this is going to be one of them drafts this year.
Okay, we ain't got to the draft this year because I know how you been on, okay? I go on my social media. I'm like, I can't even open up my social media without getting an ad from you, okay? So we ain't even going to tap into that just yet. Between you and Deke, y'all been on one, all right?
He's starting to see what I see.
Oh, Lord.
I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I don't know if I agree all the way. I am rooting for him to go number one, though.
See,
just to see your reaction.
We ain't did Anthony Richardson just yet, nigga. Stop it. All right, stop it. We not talking Anthony just yet. Stop it, nigga. Stop it.
That's me.
We are talking Odell right now, okay? We will get to the Anthony Richardson weekly segment provided by Terence Garvin in a few, okay? We are not there just yet.
Anthony Richardson thing.
Yo, I say, bro, he at me. I'm like, yo, what did TG at me in? This bum. But anywho, we're going to get to that in a little bit, all right? But in terms of
now, TG. Now with the Odell thing, how much do you think this really is gonna change their offense? Because I'm taking like I'll believe it when I see it approach that they're gonna actually start passing the ball more and maybe making sure Odell gets like 80 to 90 receptions a year. Because up to this point they've been a very run first heavy team with Lamar Jackson at the helm, assuming he does come back.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think? Like, what do you think Odell bringing or Odell coming into Baltimore means for the Steelers whenever we go up against them?
I think it's just another weapon, somebody you got to be aware about. I mean, he's been in the division. It's not like he hasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like not overly concerned right now about this. Now they
Yeah.
lost Greg Roman, their offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I was gonna say they come in with a new OC. I'm sure they'll try to put the ball in the air a little bit more. I think once again, like, bro, we got to figure out who their quarterback is first. Like, before we can do anything in the world, we need to know who the quarterback is. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the offense is night and day. If Lamar is in that offense with Odell, yeah, it's a lot more scary. If it is not Lamar Jackson in this offense and it's Odell, I'm not tripping per se. But you're right. What is the quarterback looking like? Who is this quarterback?
What's the quarterback? And then that's literally the first question. Like, before we can even get excited about that, we need to know who's throwing him the football. You know, and that's it. Like, all we say is who's throwing him the football. Because I mean, we got excited about Odell in Cleveland, and it's like the Baker thing just didn't work.
You was excited about Baker in Cleveland, man?
I was excited about Odell in Cleveland.
I wasn't. I don't know why you was excited about Baker over there with Odell. No way you was doing that.
I think Odell's one of them people. Wherever he goes, they're like,
it's excitement.
Super team out here, you know? Like, wherever he goes, it's somebody else
that
there.
Definitely started the Super Bowl talk for the Browns when Odell got there. You think about it, bro. It was like, yeah, this the all season right here. They got Odell. They brought Jarvis Landry in here. Oh yeah, they definitely going.
Oh here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's so much more pieces to it. One thing about Odell, what he does do is he brings that star factor that you kind of gotta throw him the ball too.
Okay.
So it puts pressure on. Like, I would love to see Lamar handle it. I think Lamar could do it. If this Lamar thing don't work out, whoever that is under center, it's certain plays like you have to just throw him the ball. It don't matter what it look like. You got to throw it to him.
It don't matter if it's covered. It's open.
Yeah. I think it changes your play calling a little bit. He brings a weapon, but at the same time, you have to feed him, or it can get bad quick. And you're paying a lot for that. So you definitely need to get him the ball.
Man, the more you talk about it, I'm just like, yo, I've heard this. I've seen this. I know this.
Mm-hmm.
They going to have to feed it, yeah. And you're right. Lamar is big enough of a star. Lamar is established enough that he can handle it. That was the issue with Baker. It was like Baker didn't look like he was established enough to feel like he could say no to a OBJ wanting the ball or to a OBJ being out there. And that's what we said. It looked like his play was night and day with Odell out there versus when Odell was not out there. It was just two different versions of him. I don't think Lamar will see that, but now you do bring up a good point. What I want to ask you though is this though, man, with this being another receiver added to the division, but more importantly in Baltimore now, how do you feel our secondary still matches up, or do you feel like this doesn't change where we're at? We're still kind of viewing it as we're taking something early in the draft, and that is what it is. Or does this move make you feel like it's even more of an issue or more of a need to draft something in the corner as a cornerback early on?
I don't think it changes your world the way you're saying it. Like, no, I don't think it does that. I think it definitely, he's around, But like I said, he's been in the division. So it's not like, it's not like you're like, man, no respect. Like, obviously he's an elite player, but it's not like you're like, man, Randy Moss just came in the division. Like, we got a plan for this. Or it's not like you're like, like, it's not like life changing. It's just, all right, we got another really good player in the division. When we see it, we gotta be ready for it. But it just doesn't change your whole program. That's my whole thing. Yeah, you're still you're still running your defense. You got Pat P over here. You brought that over here. You're definitely going to get another corner. Mm-hmm. That's no secret. I think you're doing that whether Odell's here or not. So to say like that changes what's going on, no, it don't change what's going on. I think it kind of just brings a little bit of like, yeah, we definitely do need to get one though.
Fair enough. Fair. Now, it was a corner that was recently available that did get traded, Jeff Okudah. Was that one of them dudes? How'd you feel about that situation? You went for a fifth, right? Was it Deke? Fifth or a sixth, right? Fifth rounder, yeah. Was that something that you felt like we should have tapped in on?
Yeah, they might should have tapped in on that. Might should have asked a question or two. For
That's
a
what I'm
fifth?
saying. I'm like, for the
That's
fifth,
some
third
steal.
overall pick.
Yeah, they gave that away. They were sick of that. They gave that away.
Bro said they was sick of that, man.
The crazy part is I look back on it, and I was one of the guys I drank the Kool-Aid with him. Like, he was supposed to be locked down.
I did too. I thought it was. It
down.
looked like lockdown on tape. It
Man,
did look like it.
Locked down. Like, nobody catches nothing out here.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it in Detroit. What did it look like in Detroit? Have you watched a ton of Detroit tape?
He got hurt. He got hurt early.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, he got hurt early. He didn't really have I just think the hype was too high. It's not like he played bad.
Yeah.
It's not like he played bad. And I believe Detroit picked up that 5th-year option on him, if I'm correct.
Okay.
So they sent him over here on that option. They just kind of were like, we're cool. They brought in DBs this summer, though.
Oh, yeah. They paid Cam. Remember, Sutton went over there. Yeah.
Yeah. They brought another one over there, too. That's clearly been there. They brought over Emmanuel Mosley from San Fran. And he's coming off the injury. But he's a dude. But they kind of were clearly like, we're addressing DB corner this summer. Like, and they brought over Buddy from the Eagles. You know what I'm talking about?
Not Bradbury. No, Gardner Johnson. Yeah, CJ. You're right.
Their whole thing has just been addressing the secondary this season. You can see that. You know?
You're right. The way they doing that's kind of how we was looking at guards, man. Yeah. It's like we're gonna hook this position up. So they hooked it back in. Ooh.
We're gonna touch the back end. They've been adjusting the back end all summer.
That's that Kirk Cousins effect. You know that.
No, I don't know that.
Come on, bro. When you in a division with Kirk Cousins, you got to do this type of stuff. They like, bro, look, Jeff, we like you, Jeff, but Kirk been cooking you, all right? So we're going to have to upgrade this room. I get it, bro. Kirk could do that to a lot of teams, man. Kirk then had a lot of teams in the division upgrading their secondary. I can respect that, man.
Bro, Kirk ain't had no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I think they're thinking about other teams in the NFC.
No, they're not.
They're thinking about out of division whenever they see teams in the playoffs.
Everything you do when you're building your roster is to win your division. They said that we can't stop this passing attack from Minnesota. So we have to do whatever we can, even if that means moving on from the 3rd overall draft pick in 3 years. We're going to do that because Kirk is just too much of a bully in this division. Kirk then made Aaron Rodgers lead the division. You notice that? Kirk finally won the division, and now Rodgers then said, I'm crying, I'm sad, I'm going to New York now. That's the truth about it, bro.
I don't know that to be true. That trade hasn't even gone through yet. Don't speak too soon.
Man, you know what's going to happen because of Kirk. Kirk done ran them boys out the division. Just know that, man. Stafford then left. Rodgers leaving. Justin Fields he might get traded. He over here like, bro, man, I don't know, man. This division different over here, man.
Justin Fields is there. They might trade Kirk. That's what they might do. I know you heard that. They might trade Kirk up out of there.
It sound good, man. It sound good. Don't hate on Kirk like that. Don't hate on Kirk. Kirk is a dope quarterback. Don't hate on Kirk like that. Kirk done ran up Aaron Rodgers out that division. He done ran up Matthew Stafford out that division. Justin Fields be on the lookout. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Just leave it like that. Leave it like that. All right. Now, I do want to get back to this bone that I got to pick with you, man. Why are you adding me in this Anthony Richardson nonsense, man? Huh? This Anthony Richardson, who's going to be the first quarterback off the board. Between you and Deke, man, what's this about, bro? You really, really, really started to drink this Kool-Aid now.
I drank the Kool-Aid. I told you that.
Like you all the way in there now.
I'm all in. Anthony Rich, I'm all in. He should be the first pick. AR2 is what we're going to call him now. AR2. Because he's going to put that juice on in Carolina.
Oh, my goodness.
You feel that?
But you're still confident it's Carolina, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, to me, I think that should be the pick. I think they're not a player away. Like I said, that's a quarterback you can build around. You can grow around. They put some weapons in there this summer. They brought in a couple weapons offensively. So you can tell they're trying to go there. I get the CJ. I understand what you get out of that. I understand. Even the Bryce, you got somebody that knows how to win. But I think this is a game changer. This is somebody that can come change your program.
Even though these are all intangibles in terms of like his athletic traits, it's more so the trait part that we are banking all of this on.
I think my biggest thing about being him is I think his, like you said, trait parts are stronger than other people's trade parts.
This is true.
Sense.
No, his traits are better than other people's traits, but CJ and Bryce do the thing that he needs to do better at a higher level. That's to me the difference.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think what CJ and Bryce do at their highest level is you know what I mean? It's high. Like I'll say that's like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
I think what he does at his highest level, 8 or a 9. So you're not getting
going that route. I see. Okay.
You see, you're not getting what you're looking for per se day one out of this,
right?
But you're getting
all of this.
Yeah, you're getting all of this.
But does that win you championships? Does that get that done? Because we haven't seen.
They're not up for a championship tomorrow. Like they're not going to be a contender next year. Okay. That's not who they are. So they're still a project team anyway. Okay. I think it's no difference than Pittsburgh picking last year, picking Kenny. Like they wasn't going to the Super Bowl this year. They got their quarterback now. They keep building around that. I think it's the same thing. Like you go get this guy that you're like, I believe in this. This is going to work for me. I'm building around this for the next few years.
Yeah, the only difference would be Kenny, Young, Stroud, more pro ready than Richardson. And what you're talking about
I disagree with that.
Huh?
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree?
No. If they were in the same draft right now, it'd be an interesting conversation.
I think but to your point, what you're saying is if Richardson gets to an 8 or 9, he's not in an 8 or 9 right now. Like that's just strictly potential and development.
What was Kenny?
He was the most pro-ready quarterback last year. He was third in the Heisman voting. Should have been second. It should have been second. Actually, should have won it.
It was people that was arguing that my man at Tennessee should have got the pick. That he should have been the pick. And you see Tennessee's in the conversation already. Like y'all can have this. We kind of want that. So it's like, no, are we gonna say he was
Malik was a pick based off upside too.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, this is all I'm saying. If AR's in this draft last year, he might not be the first pick taken.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think that's all based off potential and upside.
So I'm asking you, if AR's in the draft from last year, who's the first quarterback taken?
It might be him. Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you.
You know what you want to say, but you know you don't want to say it. You know what you want to say.
Wait, so you're asking if Richardson was in last year's draft and it was the same?
He thinks Richardson would have been the first quarterback off the board last year.
I'm not disagreeing with him.
Okay.
Huh?
You want to say what you truly want to say. You're just trying to say it in good words. I'm not like, I feel that.
He said you trying to sugarcoat it, man. Just say I'm saying yes, it would have been Anthony Richardson, man. Yes, it would have been him.
First pick.
Again, is that right or wrong? I think you could talk about this quarterback class.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Richardson might actually be taken number 1. But is that right or wrong? Because I do think Stroud and Young are more pro ready.
It is wrong. I think it is wrong. I will say it, man. I think it's wrong. I like the talent, bro, because it's just talent, but it's not actually playing quarterback at a high level. That's the wrong part. It looks real. It reminds me of like when I watched Zach Wilson last year and everybody went crazy when he threw the little, this is the throw of the pro day. And he spin to the left and roll back and then bomb down the middle of the field. Everybody went nuts over. He went 2 overall. That's what I think of, man. I think of the Trey Lances of the world.
It don't remind you of that at all.
Oh, in terms of, you gonna tell me about the front flips or you talking about the back flips? You gonna tell me about the fofo? You gonna tell me about what you gonna talk about? The 4.3. You
did not see the 4.3 at 6'5", 240. Like that's what makes it different. I don't know what you targeted. We haven't seen that. You have never seen that. We've never seen 6'5", 243, 4.4. 4.3. I'm sorry.
I watched it in the SEC. It ain't do that.
Who have we seen that came out like this besides?
Fields is close. Fields is close.
Josh.
He ain't run 4.4.
He won't run. I'm about to say he wasn't that fast though. Fields is the fast guy. Fields what 4.4, 4.5, right?
Yeah, he did run pretty good.
6'5", 240. And he ran a 4.5. We talking 4.3, 4.4. You know that's a big difference. To the guys who know, they know.
Why are you on this? Like,
this dude
plays
not
quarterback
big.
though. We talking quarterback, but you how about his 4.3 and like,
man, he's stepping, he's riding, he's big, fast, strong with a big arm. Man, who was Josh Allen's coach? Let's get to him. We might hire him. You with that? Like we might bring him in the building. Yeah.
Hey, yo, why are you like this, bro?
I've seen what you did with others. Come up here. Like, I've seen the miracles you've done.
Oh, my gosh.
Come work here.
Bro, why are you like this about Anthony? Why? Oh, yeah.
Bro, it's 6'5", 243 and runs a 4.3 with a big arm. Oh, it's all there. Like, and he seemed like he loved football. Like,
oh, Lord. Now it seemed like he loved football. Now it seemed like he loved football.
He been killing these interviews. Clearly, you ain't seen no bad nothing come out about him yet. Something was supposed to drop. Ain't nothing come out bad about him. I know you feel that. Nothing came out. They didn't pull up old tweets about him. They don't got no old videos of him. They don't got nothing. They like, he just, what you mean?
I just wish he would have won more games. That's all.
I'm saying,
Completed more passes.
I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking for you to lie to me like you're a quarterback. At least Cam Newton at Auburn would lie to us on occasion. He didn't just do legs. He didn't just run fast at the combine. He actually did what? Won him a natty. He went down there and went to the Iron Bowl, did what he's supposed to do.
Won a Heisman.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, won a Heisman too. Excuse me on that. Like, he did his thing. With Anthony Richardson, it's like, you're telling me about these intangibles, you're selling me on this combine, but when I watched the games at Florida, I didn't feel like it was this freaky unicorn, this untouchable, and you put it out there and it's God. I didn't feel like that. Whereas when I watched Cam at Auburn, I felt like that was God. I was like, yo, that's Cam. Everybody knew Cam was at Auburn. We all still learning about Anthony Richardson right now because the productivity was not to that extent. That's why for me, I'm like, yo, how are you so convinced that it is going to develop into this?
I think it's more of, yes, Cam was Cam.
Like, we knew what Cam Daddy was getting the bag. We all remember, everybody knew about Cam. It's like, yo, Dad is crazy. Everybody, he wanted this so bad that everybody was getting some of that. Everybody. We don't feel that way about Anthony all the way just yet. He surprised us with the speed. He's surprised. He came out there with, I'm going to take the cutoff off. You know what I'm saying? I'm run this 4.3. I'm going to do some backflips. It got people worked up. I get it. But are we forgetting about the position? The position isn't about how fast you can run or how good you look with shirt off. Nah, man, I need you to read this defense and get this ball out.
I agree with you. But if you read this defense, you get the ball out and say you don't get it out. And this thing break down, go make something happen. Go have an SB moment like you gave us about 3 or 4 of them in college. Okay. Give us an SB moment. Okay. Give us a Lamar Jackson MVP of the league performance type moment.
But I thought then they call him a running quarterback, and that ain't good, right? Because that's what they said about Lamar. They said that about Cam Newton. They tried to put that on Vic. They tried to put that on Josh Allen. That's the go-to. He's a running quarterback.
I'm glad you did that.
He's a running quarterback.
I caught what you did.
Yeah,
I caught what you did, and I'm glad you did that.
Well, Deke, let's do it then.
I caught what you did.
Let's do it then.
Because yes, they do call him a running quarterback.
Oh, I did it. Yeah.
But at the same time, he's a quarterback. Why is that a knock that he can run?
It's not a knock that he can run, but you want your quarterback to be pass first. I want his best attribute to be that he can throw. Because a quarterback, if he was the best attribute was running back, he'd be a running back. If his best attribute was catching, he'd be a wide receiver. If your best,
so because his best attribute at this moment is he can run.
Yes,
he's not a quarterback.
I'm not saying that he's not a quarterback. I'm not saying that.
He's got a rocket arm.
Okay.
He's like what I'm just saying. Like you act like he just don't have nothing.
No. But what we're specifically speaking on is if he is coming in here to be your quarterback and you're taking him 1 overall, that's your franchise.
Yeah.
He has accuracy issues.
It's the wife. This is it.
She wifey, but she got to get the teeth fixed. She got to get the, you know what I'm saying, a little tulip up top, man. Bro, stop playing. She listen, she tight. She got a ton of followers, but she got some jankiness about her. Her breath stink a little bit. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
No, she don't have no jankiness
if he was the perfect prospect, we wouldn't be talking about this stuff.
He just can't cook. She can do everything else. She just can't cook.
Oh, Lord. Man, you done got me pulling out the dago headphones over here.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, man. This is crazy.
All I'm saying is
She can't cook. If she can't cook, what is she doing? All right, now, granted, she can do a lot of other stuff. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. But she can't cook. How we gonna have a family, Deke, if my lady can't cook? You think AR
is him? Are you bringing up the cooking reference, as in that Florida didn't let AR cook like he should have? Is that what it is? Did they hold him back?
Oh Lord.
He didn't go crazy passing there, but let's not act like he didn't throw the ball. Like
my man went in there. He went in there and was like, "Yo, I could cook for you. Let me get this microwavable dinner real quick. Let me show you this ramen real quick." Nothing against the ladies and gentlemen that only cook ramen or the microwavables. I get it, but that is not cooking, man. Let's not confuse the two. You putting in the microwave and pressing 3 and start does not classify you as a cook. Okay, so
fine.
No, that doesn't count, man. It's not
That's
acceptable.
fine.
I need more.
Carolina should adjust to what they want to do, what he can eat, what he can make, and they should make that for a good year or two and keep growing him up. That's what they should do. You know, I'm with you. I'm with you. They should eat, would you say, ramens for a good year. Let him do that. Because when he starts chefing, you found something. Because it's still 6'5", 243, and runs a 4.3.
So if he starts next year, are you locking him in for Rookie of the Year?
Bro, this is crazy, man.
TJ, if he starts next year, like all the games, are you locking him in for Rookie of the Year? Like, is this a Pro Bowl type season from him, year one?
No, we're not gonna put no.
But the way you're talking about this guy,
that's what
come
I'm
on.
talking about. You can't have that hard of a stance and then backpedal like that, bro.
There's no pressure on him. This is the He'll be. I'll say it like this. I'll go on this limb.
Okay.
He'll be an MVP candidate in the next 3 years. I'll go there.
So time out. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So if he goes to Seattle this year and he sits behind Geno, all good, no pressure. I'm with you. He can sit, no pressure. You get the 3-year window. Cool. If he goes to Carolina this year,
it's no pressure.
He's starting day one. There is the pressure. That's the new Cam Newton. Remember they gonna do the rollout and all that. They gonna change.
Frank Reich's job's on the line too.
Come on, man.
But we don't. Cam ain't win the Super Bowl. It's no pressure,
bruh. They gonna put pressure on that, man.
No, it's no pressure on
if you the number 1 overall and you go into this franchise and the last time they saw something like that took them to the Super Bowl and was an MVP winner, they are going to expect that, man. You know that.
Unless they're sitting him.
So you're telling me if CJ's the number 1 pick, they expect that to be at the Super Bowl?
No. CJ is not. No. What did you say? No. You said Carolina. What did you say AR was? The second coming of Cam Newton. No one has ever called CJ Stroud the second coming of Cam Newton. No one has ever confused the two. So CJ can go to Carolina and no one's going to expect Cam Newton from CJ.
So what they going to expect?
They're going to expect him to still. They're going to expect
Rookie of the Year?
They're going to expect Rookie of the Year, yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Not getting that. I don't see that. You just came from Sam Darnold. You can't be too upset.
Bruh, but you're taking this dude 1 overall. You know the expectations,
man. Because you just came from Sam Darnold. You got the number 1 pick.
So if I'm taking you 1 overall, you're my savior. I'm looking at you coming in here on a donkey, and I'm like, yo, that's the guy. That's the guy. Man, like, that's how we looking at it.
I don't want to get like this, but like, bro, even the Bible took 33 years. Like, you got to give it some time. I'm saying, let this thing develop.
Oh, my God, man.
You took me there. I ain't going to go there. Oh, my God. Everything.
TG that came with the Bible reference on me, Lord. Okay, TG. All right, I see what you want to do.
Easter had to do it.
That boy said it took them 33 to believe in him. That's crazy.
Can we get a minute? Like, can we let?
It just sounds like this dude is not as surefire of a prospect than what was being let on.
I want to see it win today. And then let's be real. Let's go here with it. You're talking about Carolina. You're not talking about Steeler Nation. You're not talking about like, you know, Philly, where they're gonna boo you in there.
Stuff like that,
they're gonna let this thing develop. That's the South. That's the country. They gonna root for their guy for a minute. Come on.
Yo, what in the world, man? Just do it. All right. Okay.
I need like a definitive What's he doing this year if he plays?
Right.
I need some stats. I need
like you hear
is he going to play better than this quarterback or where is he going to be top 20, top 15?
Is his numbers better than Kenny?
I mean, we can
there
make it a little better.
Is he gonna be
there we go. Is AR-15 in year 1 going to be better than Kenny in year 2? That's the question.
We can make it better. Something
better than Kenny in year 2.
They'll be around each other. They'll be around each other.
I think that's disrespectful to 8.
That's not disrespectful at all.
I think that's disrespectful. big year 2 jump.
They'll be around each other. It won't be like, he's way better.
You didn't hear what Kyle Brand had to say earlier.
Yo, he said all he could do is run fast, right? Yeah, he'll catch Kenny. Yeah, he ain't that far from Kenny there now. Damn, God.
I'm saying this. Let's be honest.
Shout out to Big Noriega, man. It's a guy in the chat that's gonna love that take right there. All right,
bro.
He's gonna love that take.
If he goes to Carolina with that run game that they're trying to put together with them weapons out wide, and he can play action, throw it deep a couple times.
Facts.
He can play action, take off, throw the 9-7-3, hit the 3 in the flat, get upfield, get some more. If he can play action,
If he can, but that's a big if. You know how many quarters we talk about and says if he could simply do that, if he could just simply read cover 2, if he could just simply read the difference between cover 2 and Tampa 2.
He don't have to. But what I'm saying is his physical gifts. He don't gotta do that. All he got to do is just go and try to be him for a year. Remember, Patrick Mahomes is put on record. I didn't know how to read a defense.
He definitely said that. That
you
was
don't have to always. He has certain traits that you don't have to deal with what other people had to deal with.
But I think
Kenny
the difference.
Kenny had to get out there and read it and figure out. This is 2. This is 3. Man, if he don't know what it is, take off.
Okay.
And you'll fix a lot of problems like that.
Okay.
Lamar didn't know what it was. But he took off. You feel me?
I think there can still be a difference, though, of just being like a special player and not knowing and naturally developing. Then
he's gonna develop. Y'all not trying to let him.
I just don't think it's a guarantee.
Josh Allen didn't know where it was his first year.
I just don't think it's a guarantee. That's all.
I don't like the fact that you bring it up legit comps, though. That's my.
Josh Allen didn't know what this was his first year. He figured it out. What Justin Fields is just starting to figure out where it's at. But he's been balling. And I think he's a better athlete than Justin Fields. So no, I don't think he's Justin Fields. I think he's gonna be better than that. Okay. I'm not here to shoot that. Okay. I think he's gonna be better than that. I'm with bro. I'm with bro. I think it's there. I think it's there. Somebody's gonna get fired over not picking him. I'm with that. I think it's like that. I think
or somebody's gonna get fired for picking him, right?
For picking him.
Either way, gonna get fired.
This is
boom or bust. If you want to get a promotion, you draft Anthony Richardson. If you want to get fired, you draft Anthony Richardson. All right. Either way, it's gonna be boom or bust if you take this dude at 1, man.
If he don't go 1, it's gonna get wild around 2 and 3.
See, I think he's at 5. I think at 5, the Seahawks. I think that's gonna be the one. He don't go past that.
He's not getting out of the top 5.
Yeah,
he's not getting out of 5. I would hate to see him there when Pittsburgh picks. I would hate to see that. I'm with that. I would hate to see the
You went that far.
Well, you brought this back.
TG.
I would hate to.
TG to put him with the chopper on the day, ladies and gentlemen.
I would hate for that pressure to be there.
Everybody just started ducking. Everybody just duck. TG is just letting it loose on everybody right now. Just duck your head down, legend.
I'm not saying
belly to the ground. Belly to the ground.
I'm not saying they're gonna pick him. They're not gonna pick him. But I'm just saying I would hate for him to be there in the
decision. Just the thought of
I don't think there's any pressure.
We gotta pass.
You don't even want to be in that boat.
Are you sure you want to pass on it?
You feel me? You don't even want to be having them combos like. Bro,
I don't even think quarterbacks on their board right now.
Man,
it would be intriguing though. It would be interesting with all the hype around Anthony. It would be interesting.
One thing about Coach T. Coach T is quick to say best available.
He will say that. He will definitely hit
the word. Best available. What's that mean?
This is unprecedented because the quarterback situation is different. We're accustomed to Ben. Ben is the trump card towards any quarterback convo during that time. We're on the new wave right now with the new quarterback. So I do see what you're saying in that vein. If he was there at 17, it would at least be worth a conversation. Not saying that they do it, but I'm sure that they would have the convo though.
you're at least going. You're not gonna pick right now.
Right.
You're at least gonna pause for a second. Like, hey, you
No
sure?
way. No way.
Hmm.
Best
You
available.
sure?
Best available between the two right now is Pickett. You heard Rich Gannon. Pickett's the best QB in this class. If he were to come out.
Who said that?
Rich Gannon.
That's just I don't.
This is us knowing. This is us
Styles
knowing
make
Pickett's
fights.
rookie year play out. This is us knowing.
Fights.
Huh?
Styles make fights. Let's just say it like that.
Pickett would be the top
doesn't
QB.
like every style. Styles make fights.
I've already peeped it. I caught you. All good. All good.
Styles
Say
make
less.
fights.
Say less.
That might not have been his cup of tea.
Say less, man. Some people like defensive fighters. Other people like body punches. Some people like headshot artists. Man, I
Hey.
got you, bro. Yep.
Some people like wrestlers. Some people like
less.
boxers.
Say less, bro. I'm with you.
I like an athlete that can get out. I think you have to have a mobile quarterback in 2023. I think mobile quarterback. I think that word mobile quarterback is a bad term. I think if you're not mobile, you're a duck back there. Like, you have to be able to move in the year 2023. So now a mobile quarterback is just a quarterback. It ain't no mobile and dual threat.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
we expect that now. Like, even with Kenny, we don't
You
call
got
him
it.
a mobile quarterback. Whereas if he was in the
Yeah.
league 10 years ago, he would be classified as a mobile quarterback.
That's
You're
different.
right. Yeah.
Now, if you can't move, it's scary back there.
It's viewed as a negative if you can't move back there.
I just seen a DN run a 4.4 at
Bro,
the combine
they some
at
killers.
270.
Yeah.
You better be able to get out of there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. So, like, no, it's not. I'm not with the duel, and he don't throw as well. No, he's got traits that makes him the best available at number one. He should go number one. Terrence said it. He should go
Oh, he just
number one.
stamped it up there. Yo.
Like,
He said, I'm going to throw the
That's
government on you, Terrence.
Yeah.
Okay, Terrence said it.
Like,
God.
that's what he should be. I know y'all hear me. Y'all feel me, too.
Man, I got to read. Where is Anthony from? Is Anthony from Baltimore? Or is he
He's
anywhere?
not from the crib.
You sure?
not
I'm
from the
just
crib.
like,
Yeah.
yo, what's this connection, bro? Does he have a
He's not
cousin
from
that
the
played in
crib.
West Virginia, man? What's going on? I feel like I'm overlooking something. Okay, who is he
Yeah.
related to that you know?
I
What
can't
is the
believe-
connection, bro? What's the connection
I
here,
just
man?
can't believe he's not a man. I can't believe we didn't get him to West Virginia. I can't believe that. Like, how we
Y'all
didn't
ain't
get
drink the
that.
Kool-Aid, man.
Man, he would have been a perfect
Y'all did
mountaineer.
not drink the Kool-Aid.
We missed on TP a couple years ago. He would have been like,
Hmm.
he would have been like a that. We hit on the Pat White. We hit on the Gene Newton. You know what I mean? We hit on Will Greer. Like, he would have been a nice one.
Anthony Richardson. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Richardson. Yo, all right. That's funny, though. I get it. Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
So you are fully on this Kool-Aid then, man. You are
I
fully on
believe.
the Kool-Aid then.
I believe.
All good.
I believe. I believe.
All right. Because I was about to ask just one more, just for my clarification before we get up out of here, just to make sure I'm all the way clean with it. If AR and Kenny were coming out right now, you're taking
Yeah.
AR.
Yeah, you know that.
And you feel
know
like
that.
this year, regardless of the scenario that AR goes into, especially if it's Carolina,
Yeah.
that he's going to have a better or comparable season as KP8 in year 2
I
for
didn't
himself.
say that. I didn't say better.
So, okay, that's what I needed to
Yeah,
find out. That's
I
what I
didn't
was
say
looking
that.
for. Okay.
I say he'll be in that vicinity though. He'll be in that conversation. That they're in the same bro. Like, let me say it like this: when everybody starts pulling out of the Pro Bowl votes at the end of the day, they won't just be like Kenny. They'll be like, all right, what
Oh.
about AR? What about you? See,
Oh.
Snoop got in over Kenny last year, so don't do that.
Oh.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not, we're not gonna do that.
He said,
I'm
y'all see who
speaking
got
facts.
in there last time, right?
These are facts. These are factual. These are Googleable facts. You can Google
He
these.
said, I didn't vote Tyler Huntley in. Y'all voted Tyler Huntley
It
in. All right?
I'm saying when that part comes around, yes, he'll be in the same, or do we want to go this or that?
Wow.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes. Yes. That's the facts.
I could dig it there, man. I could dig
That's the facts.
it. I could dig it.
The facts, man. That's what it
I don't
is.
know what happened here.
Speechless. I can feel it. I'm feeling energy. But that's the facts, bro.
I just love it. I love it.
Hey, these are Googleable facts. You can Google these.
Say, yo, when the conversation come around, don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised. I've told you this. I'm giving you the conversation early.
All good. All good. All good. Did you have anything left that you wanted to respond to that, Deke?
Oh, Pickett over Richardson for sure.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Because I mean, this is the off season. This is some talk, and we'll see how next year goes. We'll see how the following years go. That's all.
Can I ask you a question? Go ahead. Is you take Pickett or Geno?
Pickett.
Okay, so that told me everything I needed to know. I'm with you, bro. I hear you.
Who you taking? Who you taking?
I'm taking Geno for Heisman. I'm taking Gene Newton, $100 million Geno. What are you talking about? Pro Bowl Geno. He told me, he just gave me the answer. He told me you'd be biased,
now he bringing out the Pro Bowl. So we just
Geno had a good year last year. I'll give him that. But I think people are really underrating what Pickett. I think people.
I'm gonna give you that part.
I think people are really underrating what Pickett did last year, particularly in the second half.
You can't not say Kenny.
That's not it. This is straight objectiveness right here. This is just straight me knowing balls.
You feel that? I need you to be the same. I need you to be like, man, I'm going Kenny over Geno. Like, I need you to believe that. You know you got followers. People like, I know he's not going to say that. But you know, and I know.
I think you're thinking too into it.
He said deep down,
I think I'm in your head right now.
Geno, but you can't, so you gotta say Kenny. But deep down, you really want to say Geno.
Yeah, I don't think you was allowed to say Geno. I think it's bigger than you.
I can say what I want. I can say what I want.
It's bigger than you, man. It's bigger than Deke here, man. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that, man.
TG's got his conspiracies.
And I think you know.
I'm just looking at a really good quarterback that we have right here, and he's going to ball out. That's what I know.
He's Pro Bowl this year.
I can see it.
All right.
He had a case for it last year. If Tyler Huntley got the Pro Bowl, Kenny Pickett definitely had a case for Pro Bowl. That just, in my opinion.
No. I mean,
if Tyler Huntley is the Pro Bowl quarterback out of the AFC, Kenny had to be in some type of conversation. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
It's Tyler Huntley we talk about. Not Jacoby Brissett. It's Tyler Huntley. That's all. But I like this though, man. Only you see when you bring up that AR, man, anything goes crazy down here. It just gets wild. But all right, all good. Hey, did you peep LeBron though get that dub the other night? I just wanted, before we get up out here, did you peep that? Just make sure you keep peeping him do what he do. All right.
I had my purple and gold on for LeBron.
You know what it is. Come on now. I'm with Bron. He's in. He's dangerous. That's all that matters, man. Just get into the dance. That's it.
All you got to do is get in.
Get into the dance,
so
baby.
I watched Baby TJ again on tape, and I fell in love with him a little bit more.
Love her big.
Hey, that's all right. That can run.
Yeah.
That can cover. That can cover a lot. A little nick.
It's athletic. It's rangy. Yeah.
I can't fire. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like he should be a Steeler. Like
I agree.
I don't know how it should work out, but he should be in Pittsburgh.
He has a bloodline on the team, so that's a definitely a boost for him. You know,
everything about him in Pittsburgh makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything about that makes sense.
No, I'm all down for that one. We was talking about Herbig. What was that?
A week or two ago.
Yeah, but man, we definitely like Herbig though, man, without a doubt. I'm all for that pick. I'm all for it.
It makes way more sense. It makes sense. It fits. I'd like to see it.
To me, I look at it like this: if I don't get Drew Sanders, let me get Herbig.
You know I love Sanders.
That's what I'm saying. So if I can't get Drew early on, let me go. I'll spend the block on a Herbig and that 80 at worst. Like, I feel good right there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
All good. You good?
I think I'm good.
All right. My partner, them boy, you crazy as heck. But all love, my locker made all love. So you know we'll spin the block and do this again next time, man. My dog. Appreciate you as always, though.
Peace, bro.
Boy, I tell you, I never know what y'all gonna get from TG, man. The AR-15 talk turned into a full-on, we just shooting. I ain't know how the convo spun, to him versus Kenny. It got real. It's like, yo, this is a real combo right now we having.
I guess we might have to do a week by week comparison going forward.
He said, bro, I think he'll at least
might have to
be
throw
on the
Geno
same
Smith in that
page.
too. We'll do
he
Kenny,
slick with the Geno.
Kenny versus
right?
Geno and versus AR.
He thought he was slick throwing in Geno. All right,
Come
Geno
on,
versus Kenny. I was like, what, Geno? Geno?
He had one decent season.
Hey,
Come
bruh.
on, get out of here.
Why you think Seattle might draft Anthony
Get
Richardson?
outta here.
Because it's Geno. Not a shot at Geno, but it's Geno. Come on, baby.
Nah, I'm taking Pickett over both of them,
Yeah.
for sure.
But that was funny, though. That was funny. All right.
Well, I'm trying to see.
We
in terms
should
of
have-
supers. Do we got two?
I think that should have been it, right? Yeah, just 1 or 2, and then after that we get to that last topic. So, yeah.
Sure. Q, hypothetical trade. Would you
Oh, yeah, hit
like
that like button too, everybody. Yeah, and subscribe if you have not done so. I think we can say that in a little minute.
if the Steelers trade to the Eagles pick at 10 and 94, giving up 17 and 49 and Dotson to draft Gonzalez? So I guess we get Eagles pick 94 in return as well. That's a great trade.
Technically, that deal is better than the other one because the other one was us giving up 17 and 49 to go to 9, but we didn't get anything in return.
I think
outside of moving
us
up.
throwing Dotson in.
That was the addition to get the 94th. So what, 94? That's that fourth? No,
Might be late third.
that's what I'm thinking.
That might be the Eagles'
Yeah.
third round pick because they pick late.
Yeah, if that's in the third, I don't hate it per se, especially because Dotson is a good player? Absolutely. Is Dotson a guy that can start in this league? Absolutely. But on our depth chart right now, Dotson is going to be competing to be second on the depth chart best case scenario because we know Seyumalu and James Daniels are going to be your starters at guard, barring anything catastrophic. But then after that, Nate Herbig, that's the other guy. We paid him obviously, and he's another one of those guys that has started in this league and has had some really good productivity in this league. So that's the part where for Dotson, it kind of makes him a little bit more expendable. So yeah, if we're giving up Dotson, we're getting a third round pick in return for him. I like that a lot in terms of the value because to me, Dotson is definitely better or worth more than a 7th or 6th rounder based on the talent that he has. But it's all about, like you said, finding that right dance partner. If you can get it for the 94th overall, though, I think that's a great concept right here. Great trade, thought process.
Okay, and then next one is Mike Hood. They took Lamar's bag and lightened it with OBJ.
Bro, facts.
What up, Steelers fam? Shout out Moats and Deke in the chat. Under the
Let's
weather
go.
today, but listening in.
Oh, man, well, we hope that, you recover soon, man. Feel good. But we're going to keep providing that content for you without a doubt. But, yeah, I mean, can make a case for it. It's like, bro, they paid that man a lot at this stage, and that's the other part. It's this stage, Odell, man. That, I don't think it's something that you want to do, typically.
Booman318, TG was almost in heaven with this AR rant, LOL. Oh, I was going to bring up Ford Wheaton, too. I wasn't in the mood, though, so
Hey, because
I wasn't in the mood.
He would have went all in talking about how great he was. Just know
Wasn't
that.
in the mood.
He would have went all in. He would have went all in. Especially you brought that up after the whole Geno camp.
Yeah, I wasn't in the mood.
Yeah. After
I wasn't bringing it up.
I was like, oh, we there. I was like, we didn't win Geno. Oh, yeah, we're there, man.
But, yeah, that's the end of the Super Chats.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everyone for the support. And
No, without
chiming
a
in.
doubt, man. We definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all. Alrighty, but the last topic, man, we did want to talk about some of the couple of recent Steelers official visits, man, to just keep following this thing, man, because as we talked about, combine meetings are indicators, pro days, and along with who we send to these pro days is another indicator of potential draft picks. But then more importantly, we talk about these official visits and why they matter because we don't get a lot of them. We get 30 official visits that we're able to extend. So whenever we do have some of these players come in there, it is worth having a conversation about. So the guys we want to talk about that have recently come in the past week or so, three offensive linemen, man. Not 3 offensive linemen, 3 trenches players. Let's put it like that.
defensive lineman.
Well, 1 D lineman, 2 offensive linemen, but trenches.
Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
that's what
I was pulling up the list. Hold on.
The one I text you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of the names, man, first one, Siaki Ika. Interior, little nose tackle action, man. The second guy they had brought in, Anton Harrison. When that's the tackle out of Oklahoma. And then the third guy that I wanted to talk about for today was good old Osiris Torrance. With these three players, man, obviously we know these potentially are those targets in that first round, second round time frame, right? All of these dudes have been talked about in that vein. So with that, man, it's just like I said, going back to this conversation of these positions, of these three players, they're all at different spots. But as we said earlier, we felt like tackle was the one that makes the most sense still right now. But we still see them bringing in guards, interior D linemen and stuff like that. And that's the part where I'm just kind of like back and forth about these type of players being definitive upgrades, or these type of players being worth a 32 overall or worth that 49th overall, you know? Because I don't think any of these three particularly go past that. And some of these names that they've been looking at specifically, you're like, bro, these are still early caliber type guys.
Yeah. So I think with any of them, I don't want Osiris. I don't want him.
So I'm just completely on the guard train.
Right,
He plays right though. He plays right though.
He probably is the best guard in this draft. He's
Yeah.
a damn good player. But if we didn't pick up all the guys that we did in free agency, sure. But we did what we did. And the roster looks like what it is right now, and we are completely fine at the guard position. And we're fine at the guard position for not only this year, but also next year.
Yeah.
Because I believe James Daniel has a 3-year deal.
He did.
So he's going to be on the roster next
Mason
year.
was on a 2.
Sam Alu just signed a 3-year deal. We're
and
fine.
then Herbig was a 2-year, right?
Yeah, 2 for 8,
Yeah,
4
2 for
apiece.
8.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I think it would be very foolish to take Osiris.
Yeah.
Unless he fell to us in the 4th round, sure. But that's not happening.
Yeah, I was about to say he fell for 32.
Yeah. Ika and Harrison, I could see it. But where? I don't feel comfortable at 32
For either?
either. Because
Fair enough.
I feel like there's going to be some good players potentially there at 32, like a Drew Sanders, maybe a Zay Flowers,
Yeah.
Trent Simpson. We talked about him. Maybe one of these tier 2 cornerbacks if we don't trade up for Gonzalez.
Okay.
I don't want to miss out on that for a Harrison who, again, we don't know if he's
Yeah.
beating out Dan Moore. Especially, like, he's tier 2 of these
He
offensive
is,
linemen we're talking about.
Outside, like, Broderick Jones is that, to me, the last of that tier 1 group. Like I said, Harrison, I flirt with. Darnell Wright, I flirt with. But them, to me, are still like that second wave behind Broderick, Paris, and Skronsky.
Yeah.
Like those three.
So I wouldn't mind him at 49. 32 means I think you're passing up of someone of high quality and that can really impact your team not only this year but in the long term. But if you want to pick him 49, make the hot seat a little bit warmer for Dan Moore, develop him. Like, I think if we got him at 49, we would accept that he's coming in as the backup. Maybe they do compete or whatnot.
Because the thing is this, Anton does have certain things to show up on tape that makes you feel like he could be an upgrade. But then it's parts where you're talking about the consistency and you're talking about him translating from collegiate level to the NFL versus a guy that has not missed a start in the first 2 years of his professional career. That, to me, is the part where I feel like we kind of overlook it and forget that part. That's the big hang up between why I don't know if Anton Harrison is going to just come in here and be able to do that to clearly beat him out. Because Dan Moore understands that part of it, and that's why he's been able to start as much. But he is talented. Anton
Yeah,
Harrison,
that's what I mean. I think he'd be a good
though.
guy to
Yeah.
potentially push Dan Moore and say, like, hey, this isn't completely secure here. We're bringing in a talented guy, and if things go awry this season with you at left tackle, especially with us building out the rest of the offensive line, like we've upgraded pretty much everywhere across the board over these last 2 seasons. So if you're going to be our weakest link, we're going to have someone here that's going to push you.
With you.
Yeah. I mean, 2nd round pick, like, that's still decent draft capital.
That's a higher than when Dan Moore came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be fine at 49, especially if you get 2 solid guys at 17 and 32, whether it's corner, whether it's the middle linebacker we're talking about, whether it is a receiver. And then with Ika, I feel the same way. I feel like 32 is... again, if we didn't address D-line like we did this free agency, then I'm a little bit more for it. 32 makes more sense, even though he's only going to maybe be on the field for 30% of the time.
Yeah.
It's just the specific skill set he has and him potentially being like our next Casey Hampton. That's intriguing. But with all these defensive line pickups and him, again, only playing 34% of the time, I just don't know if it makes sense at 32. 49?
Yeah.
Cool. I think I'd be okay with it.
That was the part for me that made it hard to justify. If Ika is playing 60 to 70% of the snaps, it's a lot easier to talk myself into it. If he's the full-time 3-down dude like a Cam Hayward, it's easy to talk myself into it. But knowing that he specifically is the truest of true nose tackles of the group, the guy that we've talked about, I've been on record multiple times saying, you don't want him playing more than that. You do not want him playing a ton of snaps, man, because that's when his quality decreases drastically. Yeah, it's hard to justify that. That's why I think the Jalen Carter, when you brought that up, made it a little bit more intriguing because he fits some of that like unicorn type. He can give you elite level production in there up and down that line. Even though we've already worked on the trenches, he potentially is worth going back in there for. But yeah, see, I like his game, man. But yeah, with the Braden Fioku and then turning around and bringing in the Armon Watts, it's just like almost overkill. It would feel like to have another big body interior nose tackle who is best suited to play nose tackle.
Hey, you're drafting at 32.
Right.
Like if you're bringing in an Ika and you just get him for free. That's fine.
Yeah,
but
I don't have
you drafting him at 32 means you're
Yeah.
not drafting someone else like a Drew Sanders or maybe a Zay Flowers, and that'd be frustrating considering what we've done on the offensive line this whole free agency. Like we're fine. Like we'll be fine at that position this season. I think as is, and that's going back to what we were talking about earlier. I don't think I'd be happy with any defensive lineman early, but if you're gonna do it. I guess 49 with Ika makes more sense than some of the other guys just because of his specific skill set.
Yeah,
that's like rare to find, him being that nose tackle.
Does he sit there at 49, do you think?
I don't know. Maybe. I could see him falling.
Yeah, because of the style, because of what he is as a player. Yeah.
But outside of that, again, I don't really want to take D-line that early. I don't. Just in general.
Yes, nah.
I'm pretty locked in on
I
corner,
guess you might be right with that, man.
corner, receiver, and left tackle. I think my top three. Oh, no. And I'm sorry. Inside linebacker. Those are my four. Those are the four positions I would want filled in our first four picks.
In that order?
No order.
Okay.
No order specific. Just depends on the players.
Well, then we're probably on the same page then, yeah, because I'm over here like tackle, middle linebacker, third rusher, slot receiver. Did I say corner?
Yeah, corner.
I
I
feel
mean,
like I
if we
corner,
trade up
right?
for Gonzalez, no. Hey, we lose a pick, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. Man, what if we got Gonzalez? We trade up, so we lose pick 49. Gonzalez, Drew Sanders. I guess we'd have to. I don't know. I guess we just don't
So you-
address.
Gonzalez
We just
at
don't address
9.
O-line at in the first.
I'm gonna say, are we doing
3
the
rounds.
Gonzalez at the 9, or is this the one where we're trading for? Was he said 17? What did he say?
Could we go Gonzalez,
Oh,
Flowers?
this one with the Eagles. Yeah. Are you doing the Eagles hypothetical or the Bears hypothetical? Because the Bears hypothetical had us getting the 94th pick back. So maybe that's where you could show your O lineman at.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
If it's the Bears scenario, we're up to the 9th spot. We don't get anything in return though.
How about Gonzalez, Zay Flowers, Overshown?
I love it.
You just roll with Dan Moore.
I'm an overshown guy.
You roll with Dan Moore.
I'm an overshown guy.
Because that would be your first, second, and third round pick right there.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad.
As long as Dan Moore keeps heading in the right direction, we good.
Yeah, because I don't know. Are any of these decent linemen going to be available in round 3 like that? I don't know. Like a mock? I don't think they are. I think you missed your window
I feel like after
the second round.
Yeah.
To actually get someone who you feel like could push Dan Moore,
Right.
could potentially be the long-term solution.
Mm-hmm.
I think you missed that.
I'm really trying to think on it. Yeah.
I think you're just bringing in depth at that point, which isn't a bad thing.
even though we say that, but Dan Moore came in as a depth option, right? It was supposed to be.
It was up in the.
Chuks.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
It was up in the air because we lost Al.
Uh-huh.
And then you're right, we re-signed Banner, but
'Cause
he
we
was
paid him a
initially
little nicer.
he was initially slotted to be the starting right tackle. Then he
Yes.
got hurt, and then when we signed him, we were like, oh, do we move him to left because of the money and stuff? And right, we had Chuks. There was uncertainty
Yeah,
there.
128th overall.
I don't
That
think
wasn't even
I don't
crazy
think anyone
high.
thought Dan Moore was
Yeah.
gonna be our day one starter.
Right.
You're right.
And he's been the starter ever since, man.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't find that value in there. That's what I'm saying, man. Maybe you do find your starter at 30. I mean, at 80. He's not 30 at 80.
We got Dotson in the fourth.
He was another one. Yeah, good call.
He was good value.
Mm-hmm. He didn't start day one, but he started a couple games as rookie season.
Chuks, when we get him in the third,
Was he third or second? No, I think he was third.
he didn't start year one though.
Nah.
Yeah,
Because
maybe he
his
could
first
get
2
some
years,
guys.
he had like a spot start here and there, but matched up well with certain players. That's what it was. Because he had the Von Miller one.
I remember
and
that.
J.J. Watt one.
I remember
And that's
that.
when we were like, whoa, okay. Hey, man, check out the young boy. He's starting to he matching up well with some of these dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, I think once you get past the second, if you are taking a left tackle, they're just doing that. Their depth this year, like you're not actually thinking it's a real competition this year that he's going to replace Dan Moore week one. Whereas maybe in the first or second, depending on how the competition goes, if the dude shows out,
Yeah.
maybe there's that. I just feel more comfortable with a competition if you're drafting them in the second round as opposed to the first with a O lineman like that. Because I feel like first round, if you're outside of Skoronski, I feel like everyone's competing. Skoronski, it's his job, right?
I feel like it'd be his. A little
You'd have to trade up to get him.
But
So
that's the
you're
other part.
giving him the spot.
But yeah, if we're going up to 9 or 10, those are the two. It's going to be a Skoronski, Paris Johnson, or I don't think you're moving up that high for Broderick, or it's going to be a Gonzalez, or maybe a Witherspoon. I don't know who else you moving up that high to get.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, you want me to hit the super chat?
Yeah, let's tap in, man. See what the folks talking about today.
I think there's a couple. Yo Young,
Shout out to Yo Young. Let's go.
he put the PFF mark on Easy Mode. It says 17 Gonzalez, 32 Jordan Addison, and then 49 Drew Sanders. Yeah, that's a good draft.
That would be a beautiful draft, man. Got your lockdown corner. You got your hopefully
don't have to
your
trade up
next
for
guy at receiver. And you got my favorite linebacker, Drew Sanders, in this draft. Yeah.
And then just take 2 linemen in round 3 and round 4
That's it. Yeah.
and have them compete and see who wins out.
There it
You
is,
just do it that way.
Yeah, if those are your first 3 picks, that's a major win. Yeah.
Let's go UW. In regards to Ika, he'd be more of a long-term investment in that regard. 32 is an okay spot. Watts and the other guys seem more rotational backup guys.
Fair enough. I could definitely understand that concept. Yeah, to me, man, it's more so I look at it and I just say, even though they're backup rotational guys, do you view the impact or the productivity that Siaki is going to bring here to outweigh what they could do as a tandem being that rotational guy? And then instead of you spending 32 on nose tackle, you spend 32 on, like we talked about, a stud linebacker, or maybe it's a Zay Flowers or a Jordan Addison. Like, that's part of my dilemma.
Yeah, I
When
agree.
you're talking Siaki versus Fioku and Armon Watts, because Watts and Fioku are both starting in this league. That's the thing, that even though we minimize them by saying they're rotational players or they're backups, you cannot take away the starts and the amount of in-game experience that they have. Siaki, as much as I like him on tape, he has not done this at the NFL level just yet. These guys have done it for multiple years. Now, granted, they've only had really one full year of having 10-plus starts. And with Fioku, it was a little less than. I think he had 9 starts this year, but he played in a ton of action in terms of, when he did get out there. But like I said, that's my only dilemma or my only hesitancy when I'm thinking of Siaki at 32 specifically with the 2 signings that we just had.
Sean McCartney, I'm a fan of a big body receiver. We talk about Addison and Flowers, but have guys like DJ and Calvin Austin. The question is, do we need more small wide receivers?
I don't look at it necessarily as like big receivers or small receivers. I'm just looking for like a certain type of need. George Pickens, for example, he's my deep threat. but he doesn't have to have his size and necessarily be considered our deep threat. AB was a deep threat too. AB wasn't as big as Pickens, but you can still get off that way. You know, when we think of Deontay Johnson, Deontay typically is built like a slot receiver. We play him at outside as the number one because of his talent, his skill set. So I look at it more so like that than big receiver versus little receiver. I think Jordan Addison has the traits that you see in a Deontay Johnson. I feel like Zay Flowers has the traits you see in Antonio Brown. So even though they're smaller, I think of them very differently than what I think of Calvin Austin. I think of Calvin exclusively as a slot receiver, the jitterbug type, the type that's going to try to outwork your leverage, the type that's going to try to, you know, take a safety or a linebacker vertical if you catch him in the slot. I think of him that way, whereas Addison and Flowers, I think of them as true outside wide receivers that have a chance to really be a guy on somebody's team. So that's what I meant by that in terms of, and that's what I was saying, like, think of it more that way versus just the actual size of them, because Deontay and Calvin Austin, yes, they're small, but they are very different in terms of how they play.
AT, should we trade for Devin White? I'm good.
If the numbers weren't as crazy as they were going to be in terms of having to trade away a draft pick to get him in here, the $11 million that he's guaranteed for the 5th-year option, and then having to turn around and pay him the long-term deal, if all of that wasn't involved, man, I would love Devin White coming in here, man. I'm a big fan of Devin White. I love his game, man. But that's the thing right now. With Devin, it's the Roquan Smith situation. You're going to have to trade it. You're going to have to pay for it. And then you're going to have to really, really pay for it. Otherwise, you gave up a draft pick, $11 million just for a 1-year rental. And I don't necessarily think that we want to do that per se.
Yeah, just not worth it right now.
Yeah.
R. Barley 18. We don't need wide receiver 3 anywhere near early. We threw the least to wide receiver 3 in the entire league, and we are obviously building to be a run-heavy trench team. Forget receiver until round 4 range. Plus, we need a big body.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point. Some people will rebuttal that and say we didn't have a true wide receiver 3 because Steven Sims was that guy, right? So even though he was a good player, do you feel like you could upgrade your wide receiver 3? Do you feel like if it was Jordan Addison, he would get more targets? I personally do, but that's also part of the dilemma that I've had when we talked about bringing in a third wide receiver. Is that going to deter us from being a physical run the ball first team? Because yeah, we didn't throw it a ton to that third guy, but if you have if Zay Flowers is your third receiver, if Jordan Addison is your third receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba is your third receiver, you are going to throw it to that third guy a lot more. If those guys bump up and now Deontay Johnson is your third receiver, you're going to throw it to him a lot more. If George Pickens is the third receiver, you're going to throw it to him. And I just think that's, you know, part of the difference statistically why we didn't utilize that as much last year versus what it would be like if we did have a guy of that caliber on this roster. We would. I wonder what the numbers were throwing to the 3 receivers when Claypool was still on the roster versus when he was off the roster. Look at the targets that, you know, Claypool, Pickens, and Deontay, the amount of snaps they were getting versus when Claypool wasn't there. We didn't see a ton of the 3 wide receivers out there anymore. But I think it was basically because of that type of talent no longer being here, we didn't feel obligated to put that out there anymore like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing is, too, is that was last year. Now, I do want to still keep building off that and stick with being like a running offense. Like, do not forget that at all. Still be a physical team. But at the same time, I feel like KP in the offense is going to involve too. It's not like you want to not have a good third receiver or a reliable third guy. Right now, it could be Anthony Miller or Calvin Austin. It's just that they haven't proven anything here yet with Pittsburgh. Whereas if you draft a guy, you're expecting them to at least do that.
Yeah.
You're trying to shore up that position. Maybe they come in and compete with those two, but you're thinking whoever wins that out, like, you can rely on it as being that third guy.
Yeah.
Like 400 or 500 yards to your third receiver, I think that is significant. I think it means something for an offense. Whereas, like, last year with Steven, like, he literally only had 100 yards for us.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to be necessarily the formula going forward. Okay, it's cool. Our third receiver doesn't really give us too much.
All right, that's not a good situation, man.
At least the 400 or 500 yard, at least be a threat out there. Now, again, it could be Austin, it could be Miller, but if we draft a guy, I think you're just feeling that position's getting shored up even more. Yeah. Whoever wins out of those guys, presumably it'd be the person you'd spend a first or second round pick on would. But yeah,
I'm with you, man.
I think we got a couple more here.
I think it was like one
That
or
was
two
our
that came up at
barley.
the end. Yeah.
And then let's go UW. Did either of you see the prices for Sunday Ticket on YouTube? It's unreasonable.
I did. I haven't fully like looked into like what it means though. But I did see where they were saying like if you have YouTube TV, it's like $300.
It's a little cheaper.
Or it's like a little bit cheaper. And if you don't got YouTube TV, it's more expensive.
I thought DirecTV was like $400. So like, if it's around that range, that's what it was before anyway.
But wasn't that why people complained about it being on DirecTV? Because they were saying it was so expensive.
And I think it was just a bad product.
Well, see, you said I was cool with it. Yeah. But I think for the YouTube TV, it's gonna give you the more flexibility for like, because you talk about how you're watching on your phone, the laptop, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm more of like, I'm just sitting at the crib watching it. So that's why I don't trip on like the
Right.
DirecTV part. But yeah, if you're on the move, yeah, it does suck. Yeah. But I think that's what they trying to get with YouTube. I haven't looked into it enough.
YouTube TV is amazing.
That's what I've heard. Like my mom's like, she loves it. She swears by it. Yeah.
It's really good. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not because you could just use
You know how
Stream
it
East.
goes. Yeah.
You use Stream East. It works pretty good. That's what I found out after agreeing to do DirecTV. I was like, this thing sucks. And I saw Stream East. I'm like, I'm canceling this shit.
Fair enough. Yes, it's. I gotta look into it, man. Yeah, I don't have necessarily a hard stance on it. Does it take away from anything? I guess like from the people that use like NFL Plus, right? Because couldn't you do NFL Plus without having a subscription somewhere? Like without having like a DirecTV
Yeah, that's
or
just
cable,
an
right?
NFL.com account.
Yeah. So you can still watch the game, stuff like that. There, I'm just trying to see. Like,
I think they did start doing that, right? They
that was
started
like a year or
posting
two,
some
right?
live games on NFL Plus.
Yeah.
I think
and it was
was
even
that
out
just
of market.
was
That was this season that just happened. That was the first year.
Was
of
it?
Yeah.
Was that just like the Sunday night games or something, or the Thursday night games?
No, they had
Thursday night was
stuff.
Amazon, actually.
Yeah, Amazon was Thursday, but they had it where you could just watch out of market games on the app then.
Okay.
Whereas I guess like beforehand you couldn't watch out of market or something like that. Yeah.
Andrew, are any of the guys at LT going to be better than a year 3 more? That's what we've been asking ourselves. How many O-line are they keeping on the roster?
Ooh. I feel like at least one guard is going to be gone. At least one. Potentially 2. At tackle, though, you're probably going to keep 3. At least 3 tackles. Because you're going to have your 2 starters, Chooks, and damn, you need a swing guy. That's, yeah. Do you feel like we got the swing guy just yet? Not all the way just yet. So, yeah, I would say, like, I think that, yes, I don't know the number off the top of my head. Let's see, was that 5 to start? I think he's taking 3 tackles. 3 and probably 1 on practice squad. Okay, so you're
3
at,
total tackles. We have 3 right now.
Yeah.
LeRaven, Clark.
right. So that's what I'm saying. But that's in terms of total people. That's only 6 offensive linemen. So I'm like either 6 to 7 total that way. Then I'm throwing in how many of these guards we got. Herbig. So that's 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's another reason why the Dotson trade makes sense. Like, is he even going to address it at this point?
Yeah, that's what I was like. At least I feel like Green, you're more than likely he's probably the strongest candidate to not be here unless he beats somehow. I think he has the furthest to go. But then after that, we're looking at Dotson, right? I'm looking at this roster right here. I'm not tripping. In terms of interior offensive linemen, Kevin Dotson, Nate Herbig, Kendrick Green, William Dunkel, Ryan McCullum. And Ryan McCullum listed as a center.
Never even heard of him.
My point exactly. Not a shot, but you catch my drift.
Yeah, I thought we were missing our backup center.
Yeah.
Where'd he come? Did we switch his position or something?
Right.
Yeah, because JC signed with someone. I forget who he signed with, but he's unavailable. We can't bring him back.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be able to. So I could see us drafting a late center. Actually, we talked about some of those dudes, like a Ricky Stromberg,
Mhm.
some of those late round centers. I could see us picking up a guy in like the 7th round or something. But yeah, there's only so many roster spots that can play on Sunday.
That's what I'm saying.
They can
And we're
dress.
not going to keep all these offensive linemen if they're not even dressing and getting helmets, man, because that takes away from an extra DB, an extra wide receiver, extra linebacker, extra pass rusher, extra D lineman, like anything. In those positions, you're at least going to see them on the field, whereas we talked about offensive line. You don't rotate them dudes. At best, you're going to get an extra lineman, whoever comes in as the eligible, but other than that, you don't have a ton of use for those guys on game day if they're not dressed or if they're not, in that standpoint.
Okay. I think the last one we have Other Jacob. Hashtag Picket Fence.
That's
Best
a good
pod
name.
out.
I like that name.
Don't forget to like, y'all.
Salute you to Other Jacob. Hashtag the Picket Fence. Yeah, y'all hit that like button on the way out of this thing, man. We do appreciate y'all. Y'all know how y'all know it's a love fest when we come up in this thing, all right? It's what we do. It's what we do. But, I think that was it for today.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, baby. So it's been a vibe like it always is, man. But like we always do, we're going to spin the block, man. Get back in here with y'all tomorrow. Let's see. What do we usually do on Thursdays? Mock drafts on Thursdays from the fans. Look into the lab, man. See what else we're going to do, man.
Sure.
See what we do. It's contemplating that I want to say, oh, man, we'll open the phone lines to you guys. I don't know just yet, man. I don't know. It's draft time. You know what I mean? People got them hard stances. So we got to check on that. We're going to check the temperature. But we'll see, man. But either way, y'all rap with us, man. We're going to keep tapping in with y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you have not done so. And don't forget to check out the website, arthurmoats.com, because we do keep updating it, man, with some of the stuff that y'all keep sending us, man. So we appreciate y'all for that, all right? But either way, until next time, baby.
Peace.